Hello, everybody, and welcome into Karate Combat 53. You are here in the Wolf Financial, Wolf Sports, Wolf Web 3 booth. We're super excited. The fight is starting right now. This is an IFC fight. That means we have two influencers fighting in here, Chauncey St. John and Andrew Beatty. Influencers tend to come out hot. There's a lack of training. It's just straight pound. Reminder, this is Karate Combat, so you are kickboxing. There's not going to be grappling. Look at those punches coming straight off the bat. Chauncey St. John wants blood. All right, there's just a little bit of swinging going on here, a clear lack. Ooh, but they are still swinging him. Oh, look, they're shooting for the moon.
Big swing from the country music singer, huh?
Yes, sir. All right, let's see if they can settle it down a little bit here. Andrew Beatty in the white, Chauncey St. John in the black. Oh, knees coming in hot. Punching. Oh, don't put punch in that back of the head. Can't do that. Fighters 1 minute in, looking a little bit exhausted, breathing heavy. We've got another minute in this round. These are two-minute rounds usually, unless they go 3 rounds, actually. It looks like potentially they're going to do tonight. Let's see.
Switching to kicks now, huh?
Yeah, fighters getting a little tired, trying to invest in the lower body kicks. Oh, swang right into each other. Really, really fun exchange right off the bat here. Looking a little bit like they are calming down at the moment. Thank you to everyone that's joining in with us. Zach, what do you think of this fight so far?
Well, I mean, look, these guys came out hot out of the gates, as you said. Oh, whoa, pinned up. No, it's like they're both taking quite a bit of damage on the face. We got blood, both guys. So, yeah, oh, man. Can't imagine this one
looks
goes
like they
much
are
longer.
potentially going to stand them up right here.
All right, let's see if St. John can find a second win here. He came out swinging hot, but I would say Beatty's got the nose bleeding, but I think it's hard to not feel like he won that round,
Yes, sir. Awesome. All right, getting the stream going here. Again, appreciate everyone that's tuning in. We are going to have a little bit of a comment section here as well, so feel free to comment and engage. We've got the chat going. We'll make sure that we get those all in here. See, we already have about 600 people who have tuned in for this first fight. We got a full evening of brilliant card for you here tonight, so you're not going to want to miss any of it. Make sure that you stay tuned throughout the evening. This is literally the first fight. So, what do you think when you see two influencers going at each other?
Well, look, I'm not one to cast stones, but, they're not quite in the same level of physical fitness that you would expect to see inside a professional fighting ring like this. But I think that it's kind of a little backyardish, a little more backyard brawler element to it. Not as much technical skills, just kind of, lace them up and go. So,
yeah, looks like a little bit of blood showing. I believe that is on Beatty right now where we're seeing that. All right, fighters back into the pit. Oh, and swinging right off the bat. Chauncey St. John coming for blood. Left fist, right fist, back and forth. Oh, and he's backpedaling as he's getting hit too. This is how I imagine most influencers would fight when I think about an influencer fight. Blood is coming. Oh, he's just swinging back and forth, screaming. Yeah, you can definitely see not quite the physical shape most fighters are in. This is definitely an influencer fight, but props to these two for getting into the middle of the pit. And he takes him down, and that is going to stand him back up because you cannot be on your knees on the ground in Karate Combat. We have 1 minute and 25 seconds left in this second round here of our first fight of the evening.
I don't know. How do you see this one shaking out? I mean, if the fight ended right now, who would you think was ahead?
I think you got Chauncey right now a little bit ahead at the moment. He just seemed to be landing more, but right now he's on the ground and he's covering up, and it looks like the ref is letting it go. Right now he's getting punched right to the head, and he's going to stand him up. His knees did. Oh, and the ref is calling it. That is the end. Wow. That is a win. A win right there for Andrew Beatty. Brought it in. Country singer, right?
That's right.
Look at that. Yeah, fun fact about Andrew Beatty. It said that he has a number 4 back in 2022 on the country music list. And here you can see Chauncey St. John not happy with the call, although he was literally lying on the ground, covering his head as he was getting punched in the head. And if you do that, that is a surrender fight. Yes, Shmuel just asked if he can fight one of these guys. That is correct. Yes, you can go ahead and get in there. We'd love to have you right up in the ring. I think you'd have a fun time of it as well. I'm going to go ahead. Shmuel, if you got some commentary or things that you are thinking, feel free to go ahead and shoot them over to me. We are live at the moment. You can send anything over to me. I'll keep that up right there for the moment. Perfect. Awesome. So our first fight of the evening ends in a TKO. We love to see that. I don't like to see the fights go to decision. Why leave it in the hands of the refs when you can simply just knock out your opponent and take the win for yourself?
Right, absolutely. I was going to say that's a tough one, too, because we were just talking about how we felt that he might have been slightly behind. And then, everything kind of flipped right away. He got him down, he pinned him down, and took it home.
Yeah, you can be behind, but you can change that in one moment. And that's the beauty of fighting, right? It's a little bit different than most other sports. If you're down 25, 27, 30 in football, it takes a little bit of time to come back. You can get momentum going, and it can change, and you can win, but you can't do it in 1 second, right? There's almost no sports where in 1 second you can change the entire trajectory of a win or loss.
No, that's absolutely right. And they always say, in basketball, when you get down, they say, well, there's no 25-point shot. Well, in fighting, there is. So, much to your point, there is.
Yeah, 25-point shot right there. So, again, that was our first influencer fight. You can see Andrew Beatty. Let's go ahead. Let's get a little dap up. Great job. Great job.
Let's go. Left me hanging. Tough look.
That's how it goes sometimes. But you love to see it. We'll see if we get him into the booth a little bit later. Most of the fighters coming through this evening for their post-fight interviews. And what a night here at Karate Combat. You can see these stands are already full. It's full, and we just started. It's the first fight. Usually you see it get packed throughout the evening, but people are here early tonight for ETH Denver KC53. And now we're getting a little post-fight interview, and we'll listen into that.
Shots he's telegraphing all day, and I'm doing the beginning. Once I had that together, I just fucking made a form and counter with this little bitch. Listen, brother, you got the win, so you get the call. Who do you want to fight next in the IFC? Fuck the IFC, I want Brandon Jenkins. He's my boy. But Billy McFarland is such a little bitch. He refused to fight me. He wouldn't come fight me. I want to fight Billy. I want Billy to be here. I argue with right next to you.
All right. So it seems like we're probably just going to continue commentating over these fight interviews. You are getting the stream from Karate Combat, but don't worry, we are going to provide you all the commentary. So we've got King Apollo up there. You can see doing the interview, and we love to see it. It's a brilliant night here in freezing Colorado. You've got all our sponsors as well. Shout out Karate Combat, built on Hedera, launched onto Solana today, by the way. Fun fact, went ahead and shouted that out. Oh, he just called out Billy, by the way, on there. I don't know if you remember, but remember Firefest?
Oh, of course, Billy McFarland. Yeah.
Exactly. Billy McFarland actually fought inside the pit. That was several KCs ago. He fought against J-Chains and knocked out J-Chains. And now we are going to potentially get him back in the pit. We'll see what happens. Shout out Billy McFarland, the scammer himself.
I was going to say, well, we'll see if he shows up. He is known for having grandiose plans, big ideas, and not quite delivering all the way. So,
yeah. I would say, by the way, that it did look like he was in slightly better physical shape than St. John, and I guess that paid off.
Yeah, St. John maybe being taller made him look a little more slender. And I think the early bloody nose may have kind of tilted our early views of what was going on. But yeah, he hung in there. I think he probably ultimately landed the bigger blows, even before he got him pinned down.
I completely agree. Thank you to all those that are watching on X. Go ahead and give this a shout out, a retweet, a quote tweet, whatever you can. Let's go ahead. We are live. Just going to go ahead and shout that out. Tune in, everybody. Tune in. All right. Karate Combat 53. All right. Well, we'll see what's coming up next on the card. You never really know with some of these Karate Combat cards. Things getting moved around. Perhaps we'll get another IFC fight to kick things off. By the way, Firefest 2 is live. There's $1 million ticket on sale on the website. Don't buy that or you'll lose your money.
What's a better investment? Would you say a crypto rug pull or a Firefest ticket?
Oh, gosh.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. Probably still the Firefest. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Hey, look, maybe that you at least have a story to go along with that one.
Well, I got my own rug pull stories. Where's Cade Bergman? No, I'm just kidding. We'll see if we can get Sam and others out here. This is a fun one.
So what do you think his thought process here by calling him out? Do you think he's wanting to fight him next, perhaps?
Yeah, I think that's what he wants.
Yeah.
Listen, when you're fighting in IFC, to be quite honest, the goal is to get as big name an opponent as possible who's not trained in fighting, right? Like that is really what you want. You want to have a big fight, big name, lots of people watching, tuning in, but also still have a chance to not get your ass beat. And so Billy McFarland, he's not a professional fighter. He's a big dude. For sure, but these were big guys that were in there. So I honestly think that they might be in a similar weight class or be able to at least, cut or bulk to 2-1.
Yeah, and oftentimes, as you were kind of alluding to with the IFC fights, these aren't, I wouldn't say manufactured beefs.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's real. Like guys get mad, they want to get some licks in on the other guy.
Yeah, by the way, super excited for this next fight. I actually believe I got confirmation on what this next fight is going to be, and I believe that it's going to be my friend Harley Hermanson fighting against Matthew McGregor. Matthew McGregor, I believe, started out as an early favorite on this one, later proceeded to drop a bit in those odds. And I think right now Harley finished as the favorite. But you know what? It seems to be a pretty even matchup for all that I can see with everything going into it. Do you know or follow either of these gentlemen or have any thoughts on this fight that we're going to be seeing?
I do not. I will be coming in
like the audience.
I was going to say with a clean slate as far as, no bias here. It will just be a raw look at what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I will give a shout out. I have seen Harley fight multiple times, I believe, at this point, and he is a beast, fully covered in tats, which I believe Matthew McGregor might be as well. And they had a little bit of a tat at weigh-ins where they kind of were elbowing each other a little, and McGregor was kind of, biting at him a little bit. So let's see what happens.
Well.
All right, McGregor coming out. A lot of people, to be honest, I think, taking McGregor literally just because of his last name. I don't believe he has any relation or connection to Conor McGregor. By the way, shout out Conor McGregor. Beat every single fighter that he ever fought besides for Khabib. Fun fact. So we're going to see how this one ends up going down. Harley, by the way, very good boxing skills for sure. He trains, I believe, at multiple gyms, but I know that he's trained at the Goat Shed, which is President Awesome's gym down in Miami. Which, by the way, if you'll notice, there's a giant Bonk logo that you can see right now. It's in colored, which means that they paid a hell of a lot for it. And Bonk is now going to be sponsoring President Awesome's new fighting gym down in Miami, and they're making the Bonk House.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So it's a Bonk House X Goat Shed. There you go. Harley Hermanson himself. Look at them tats. Boy is not scared of a needle. Matthew McGregor over here in the corner right next to us, about 3 feet away. These fighters looking like in a little bit of better shape than the last ones.
That was my immediate thought was, wow, okay, we kind of stepping up in class a little bit here right away.
Yeah, so as you can see on the screen here, Harley's 32 years old, record of 1-0 versus Toki Busa, actually, inside of their, based out of the U.S., kickboxing style, catch weight he's fighting at. He's got a pretty decent arm reach at 75 inches, and he stands right at 6 feet tall, and he's weighed in at 189 pounds for this match. Fighter's about to get into the pit. So a cool little fun fact here, if you look in Harley's corner, he is being cornered as well, it looks like, by Smiling Sam Alfie, who is also, I believe, a current champ in Karate Combat. All right, fighters get into the middle. I don't think there's any love lost between these guys. There was no dap up of the hands right off the bat. Harley went right for the leg kick, and McGregor responded by punching him in the face with the left hand. There you go. You got some good commentary coming in from behind us. Fighters starting strong. Harley backing up on the wall. You don't want to get that wall can be tricky. You want to use your force to kind of step off it towards the person, not back up and trip backwards. And that's just what happened to him right there. Got caught in the face, backed up, tricked backwards, dodged a nasty. Oh, and he got slapped! Absolutely slapped on the ground. And then let him get back up. He's done for. Yeah. He's done for. Oh, they got to end this right now. Why is the ref? Holy moly, how did he get up from that hand? He is just stumbling, bumbling, and he's out. He's out on the ground. Good Lord. The boxing did not help at all. McGregor slapped him. Let that man get some breath. Holy cow, bring a stool and some water. Oh, my goodness. I don't know that
he ever stood a chance.
No, not after he got rocked by the first one. Good Lord. That was quick. That was a quick fight right there, over in, I believe, less than 1 minute. God damn. What's your thoughts there?
I mean, that was impressive. He came right out from the jump and never let up. I'm not sure, it was one-sided right away. I'm sure he landed some shots, but none that were memorable. I mean, it was a domination, right from the bell.
I think all he landed was the first leg kick.
Right. Like I was struggling to even remember anything being landed at all. From the waist up for sure.
Funny enough, that's how his last fight went, but he was the dominant one.
Well, the Aussie bar style finally paid off, huh?
Yeah, no, that absolutely, he got laid out right there. That is a rough one. I hope he's feeling all right. You really see the effects of the punch right when, he kind of stood back up and they let him continue fighting, and you could see that wobbliness. He was out from that point. I mean, props to the ref, I guess, for not trying to call something too early. People get mad at those sometimes. They say, I could have got back in it. You got to give him a chance. I think the ref just wanted to let him fight it out. And to be honest, although I don't want to see Harley get hurt, I think that he probably appreciated the opportunity to at least try, because you'd rather go out on your shield than someone call something soon.
Sure. Yeah, that was relentless. Well, as they say, there's only one Matthew McGregor.
There is only one Matthew McGregor, winner by TKO. Boom, right off the bat. There you go. I see a couple people asking me, by the way, how can they get into Karate Combat? A couple people messaging me. You can actually get free tickets to Karate Combat, completely free, if you have a ticket to the conference, typically, which they're doing it around. So if you are an attendant of East Denver and you got a ticket to East Denver, you can use that ticket to go ahead and get a free ticket to Karate Combat and come and join us in these stands. By the way, shout out, we have the people starting to file in. If you see the my friend over there in the bright blue jacket, that is Loudmouth. They'll probably put the camera on him a few times, like they like to do. And we've got an interview going on here, and McGregor looks in really good shape, by the way. I mean, clearly has been hitting the gym. He's got some good chest days, would be my guess. What do you think, kind of summarizing up on that fight?
Yeah, like I said, he came out hot. I think that was he definitely, wanted to come out aggressive. He went right for it. There was no holding back. He just, landed a couple big strikes right away and just never let up. I don't know. He never took any damage, never let up, just kind of kept the pressure on and eventually knocked him out.
Yeah, listen, that's got to be the best feeling as a fighter, is not taking damage, because even when you don't notice like how much damage you've taken, you can sometimes come out of there and need surgery.
Yeah, you're feeling it. Right,
yeah,
right.
The next day, like after that testosterone powers down, you can be really feeling it. All right, we have an interesting fight coming up next. It looks like I actually see the fighter ready to get into the pit. Just going to double check to make sure that I am good to confirm this one that is going to be rolling in, but I am really just looking forward to this card tonight here. It seems to be an amazing one, and we're just getting started. So let's take a look at this undercard. Here we go. We've got McIver versus Komarodov. Okay, so let's pull up a couple of notes I think that we had on this one. I believe that got added late. This was the fight that got added right at the end, I think. Do we have this one?
Yep,
there
right
we go.
here,
All
right
right. Shakrud Kalmuradov is going to be getting into the pit here in a second. He is a Muay Thai fighter, and he's Uzbeki, and he's got that Uzbeki look, if you know what I'm saying. He'll get in there, and you'll see it. He's competed in Lethwei. That is Burmese bare knuckle fight boxing. So, not surprised if he gets in there and eats a few punches, not too badly. Studies data analytics and software development, by the way. not just a fighter, but also a brainiac, and trains at the world-famous Tiger Muay Thai, which is a gym that you'll probably hear a few times tonight. Some of these guys are big fighters out of there. And then he's fighting Brian McIver. Brian McIver, Muay Thai fighter, he's almost 40 years old. You're going to see his body and understand that this is a dude who truly hits the gym. We are no longer in the IFC fights. He is absolutely stacked. He's fought in PFL, which, of course, is not very far off from the UFC. He's competed in Extreme Fight Nation, MMA. He's definitely getting up there in age, so it's going to be interesting to see if he still has something to throw.
Yeah, it's rest versus rust, right? So he's almost 40, so you have the age against the, as it shows with Chakra, hasn't fought in quite a while. So, ultimately, I guess we'll see who has the advantage there.
Yeah, a couple of little notes here, by the way. Tiger Muay Thai, Petr Yan is a fighter out of Tiger Muay Thai. He is a UFC fighter, former champ. Lost to Aljamain Sterling back in the day from it was crazy. I don't know if you remember this. This was the first time it ever happened that I believe, or maybe second, that there was a disqualification in a title fight. And because of that, the other guy won the title. That's how Aljamain won the title, was due to disqualification of Petr Yan, who delivered an absolutely brutal knee, I believe, to the face while Aljamain was down on a knee, something along those lines. And then you also have Rafael Fiziev, who trains out of that gym, and I believe Khamzat frequents it as well.
And that's always tough, whenever there's a title fight ending on a DQ, because it's not, look, you'll take a championship any way you can get it, but it's not ultimately how you want to take it, right? And then it's even more disappointing for the guy on the losing end. So, yeah, always good to see, you want a chance at redemption after something like that.
Yeah, by the way, some of the fighters that they're showing on here right now, so this is Artur Vergara, Macaco Flow, and he was supposed to fight against Jesus Lopez. Jesus Lopez pulled an absolute BITCH move and did not cut weight, even though he started out lighter than Artur Vergara, who was heavier than him at the time, who still cut the weight and made it. They even paid him half of the purse up front, and he still wouldn't cut weight. President Awesome cut him from the roster and completely annihilated him on stage. Not physically, I'm sure he wished he could have, but he did it mentally and verbally. And then in addition with that, they were, thank God, able to find a replacement. Now, this was on last minute's notice. This was literally yesterday, I believe, that they pulled in the replacement, and that's going to be Zach Riley, who stepped up on 24 hours notice, nicknamed the Anointed One. So we're going to see him in there. This is his Karate Combat debut, and he is a Colorado local. Now, one of the other most exciting fights of the evening that you're going to see, this is going to be amazing. They showed him on there. The big boy UFC, Robelis Despan. He is incredible. He has fought 2 Karate Combat fights. His first fight, I missed, not because I wasn't there, but because he knocked me down in 4 fucking seconds. And I was sitting right here, and I blinked, and the guy was dead. He was, well, not dead. He was just lying on the ground, unconscious. And so with that being said, I was like, okay, I'm going to come to his second fight, and I'm going to watch his second fight, and I'm going to see all of it. Well, I kept my eyes open for 8 seconds that it lasted, and he still knocked him out in 8 seconds. By the way, 4 knockdowns or 5 knockdowns in 8 seconds.
That's incredible.
And he's fighting again tonight.
You better be in your seat and ready to go. Head on a swivel when he gets in, right?
Yeah, so we've got another one coming in here tonight. We can see some of the details I'll actually share. People seem to be giving his opponent a little bit bigger chance. 7% by the Karate Combat app odds, I believe. For Robelis Despan versus Roger Souza. Roger Souza getting 7% there. Let's see what happens here. Roger Souza, let's take a look. 15-8, coming off a first-round TKO loss to Eduardo Neves back in May of last year at CFC 20. He's 3-2 in his last 5 outings. Out of his 15 wins, 14 of them coming by way of stoppage. 11 KOs/TKOs and 3 submissions. So, jungle fighting heavyweight champion. People think that this guy has a little bit of a better chance. I would tell you that the odds are not going to be good for him. So here's an interesting thing about Robelis. Betting odds opened at minus 4,000, and they're all the way down to minus 1,800. People taking the dog.
And they've gone down even further.
Whoa.
I even saw some minus 1,600.
Now, minus 1,600 is still like...
Well, sure. Look, we're still talking about pretty heavy probability, but it is still surprising to see them going the other way.
Yeah, no, pretty crazy to see everything that continues to happen here. Kind of liking it. Usually we got some guests coming into the booth early, but to be honest, kind of vibing right now. We'll pull in some guests for y'all in a little bit. There's plenty of people who are walking around here who I think are going to be fun to have on. But this place is a vibe, and it's full in here.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's been packed, like since before even the first fight started.
Really good stuff. Okay, we're showing the card here. You can see Osley versus Moreno. I think Osley's probably a pretty heavy favorite here. Do you see the odds?
Yes. Let's see. Yeah. So right now we are looking at Osley was minus 700 favorite, pretty heavy favorite again. Omar Moreno plus 500 when I checked last night. Now again, those have shifted in the opposite direction, shifting towards the dog in both cases. Omar Moreno now showing at plus 325, Osley minus 500. So again, people are showing love for the dog.
Very cool. Yeah, I like the Osley play here, to be quite honest. He's a stud in the ring. Very athletic. Really brings it to the fight. But here we go. Looks like we're going to be starting this fight very shortly. Komarodov versus McIver. I like that hair on McIver. He's got it going on. Hopefully it doesn't get in his way when he's fighting inside of there. And, oh, interesting. Looks like they are actually – oh, here we go. They're lining up right now, and it looks like he does not have the hair anymore. He did away with it. He heard me talking.
Yeah, right.
Chopped it right off.
Yeah, it's like, who's this guy?
Yeah, look at this dude. See, this is where we're going to start seeing some true physique coming into the pit as well. We can see the Uzbeki on our left as well. They're going to show him probably in just a minute. Getting waxed up so that those punches can slide off the face just a little bit, just a wee bit. Now, listen, it doesn't typically help too much if you get caught square on, but if you can glance them off the sides, why not?
Now,
All
I would
right.
ask, what do you think with the hair? Do you think it's more of an advantage to just go?
I think it's an advantage to not have long hair when you're a fighter. Absolutely.
I would agree with that as well. Maybe a little more slippery. If you get pinned down, you can kind of slip out.
It's hard. It can get in your eyes.
Yeah.
It can get caught. There's so many negatives. Maybe a little bit like the Uzbeki has over here. You can see with Komarodov where he's kind of got that poofy hair, so he provides just a little bit of cushion. But even there, still, like if it comes down to his eyes, right? You just want to be careful. Maybe go get the perm the day before. Make sure it's nice and
crispy.
up.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a little bit of info coming in here. By the way, shout out to Shmuel Teichman. MMA Pickers are man in the sky right now, keeping the eyes out there for us. And I'm going to pull out the chat here as well, just so we can see it. And thank you to all these that are commenting. Shout out Dave. Okay, so a couple of items here. Let's go over. Komarodov opened at minus 170. He is down to minus 135. Dipped heavily at weigh-ins. Very interesting. McIver's physique. I mean, I want that chest. You got to take a look at it right there. McIver's physique won a lot of people over, but in a fight, skills pay the bills. Very true, Shmuel. And the hair could have been a weight cutting thing. Interesting.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess when it's that expansive, it doesn't weigh nothing.
I've seen fighters at UFC chop off a little bit of hair to make an extra pound or two.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I guess that's one strategy for cutting weight.
The question is, would you rather cut your hair or not eat for a day?
Probably cut my hair. To be honest.
Fighters look ready to get in. Komarodov looks very loose. He's on our left right here. He's kind of chanting a little bit, yelling Uzbekistan at the crowd. Looks like he might have some Uzbekistan fans sitting out there. We usually get a little bit of flags running here. All right. Thank you, by the way, to the 3,700 who've already tuned in. We're only about 30 minutes into this, but we appreciate you being here nice and early. I recommend sticking around. Yeah, Tracy Cortez, by the way, in Denver. Shout out. Maybe it's a Denver thing. Tracy Cortez did cut off and chop off about half of her hair, I think. She didn't cut it all, but she wanted to make weight there.
Must be the altitude.
Yeah, that was a fun time. I do remember watching that video. Toki Karma. Oh my gosh, he was saying Harley got knocked out for Toki Karma. Nah, shout out Harley. He's a good dude. All right, there you can see the Uzbekistan flag flying out there. He's only 27 years old. Chakra here. And he has a KC record of freaking 15-2. That is a lot of KC fights. 15-2. This is his pro debut here, though. Wow, interesting. Oh, pro record debut. Interesting. Okay. All right. Fights Muay Thai style. Weight class is a lightweight. All right. 74-inch reach, 39-inch leg reach. Very interesting. Shmuel, maybe you can give us some context here on the amount of fights that he's fought to the debut that they're saying with some of these pieces. Just tilt down a little bit. Brian McIver. He's only plus 110 on Cloudbet. Wow.
I was just gonna say. So I mean, this is essentially looking like a coin flip fight. I mean, this could go either way.
But a lot more experience in the corner over here in the blue corner coming from Uzbekistan. Here we go. Brian McIver, 40 years old. Also, his KC debut, his pro record. Wow, interesting. Okay, I think that they maybe oh, there we go. Last minute announcement here. That's his MMA record. Okay, cool. So they misplaced it on the thing. It's a 15-2 record in MMA. He's got a KC debut happening here. Perfect. He fought for other promotions previously. Got it. Appreciate the details there for our audience. Fighters staring each other down right now a little bit. All right, here we go into the middle of the pit. A little bit of sportsmanship. Not in the last fight. Oh, my God. They're giving the 10,000-yard stare at each other and both looking swagalicious at the moment. All right. Two ripped guys about to go out in the middle of the pit. Coming out strong. McIver in black. Commodore in white. Leg kick right off the bat from McIver. A left foot leg kick. Looked over the front kick. All right. A little bit of scrap right here at the start.
Yeah, and so I was going to ask, what would you think as getting called in at the last minute? Would you rather have it that way or be able to have time to prepare and know kind of who you're training against?
It's always better to have time to prepare in my
Sure.
eyes because you want to have time to prepare for a fight camp against a specific style. But as you can see, these guys clearly did some type of camp or stay in shape all the time because they don't look out of it.
I was going to say there's something to be said for just being willing to, lace them up and just get out there and just kind of, hey, limited prep, let's go. We're both fighters. Let's get in the ring and make it happen.
Yeah, completely agree. Oh, really nice high kick. Wow. Flipping leg kick there. Oh, he went for it twice. Flipping that right foot up over the back of his head, trying to catch him in the side. So that you can see, I mean, that's not somebody that is a rookie, right? You're not doing that in an early debut. You got to have confidence in your fighting style to make a move like that because you leave yourself very vulnerable when you do spins and things along those lines for someone else to come in and just clap you.
Yeah, right. I mean, it looks like he almost could have landed on his head awkwardly as well. And,
totally could have. Shook him a little bit. Shook McIver. Punch him again in the face. Landed a couple here. Got him in the corner right where he wants him. Don't let the ref lift him up. There you go. Just keep striking. He's trying to get him down on the ground so that the ref will pick him up. But his knees, he needs to get both knees touching if they want to stand him up. There we go. Komodorov, keep striking. Keep him in the corner. McIver looking scared at the moment. 10,000-yard stare is long gone.
Oh, man. It's going to take a lot of energy to get up unless he can kind of shake loose here, because he's taking a lot of damage.
I think this one's over. I think the ref's got to call it right here. Right here, he's got to call it. He's his mouth guard just popped out.
Yeah.
He looks like he's yelling for help in there. He looks. He's a ref throwing the mouth guard off to the side. Ref is not stopping it. He's saying, if you want to stop it, you got to give up, buddy.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he wants to, but as you said, it definitely looked like he was crying out for help.
Wow, Komodorov letting him get up a little bit right there and letting him put in his mouthpiece. Oh, he is stumbling, bumbling. His corner called it. His corner's calling it right now. I think they're corner. Smart move by the corner. Fighter is not going to take themselves out of those moments, but he was in that corner looking like he was yelling for help. I mean, his hands were up for a minute there while he was taking punches to the face, and usually you're defending your face when you're getting punched in the face, not yelling for help. Corner called it. Smart move by the corner. You got to take it out. By the way, that backflip kick is called a rolling thunder that he attempted there 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, it was an impressive move for sure. He didn't quite land it all the way. I don't know. At least it didn't look like it. But, once he got him pinned out in that corner, he didn't stand a chance out there. Mouth guard went flying. He was wobbling. There we go. There's the backflip.
Nice. So as you can see, this is why people were saying that experience is what matters, right? You can come and show up and be very, very fit and ready to go. And sometimes it just doesn't matter, right? If the other dude can just freaking kick you in the back of the head twice and then nail you down in the corner, use technique. See, that's real technique as well. Understanding, even though it's his Karate Combat debut, he didn't let his both knees go down because sometimes you want to lean on the guy so you can get those hits. But as you can see, look at him using his abs tight to keep his body straight up and just rain down punches.
Yeah, and I would say he didn't necessarily look particularly overmatched, but it was still good. But, nonetheless, it was a dominant fight.
Yeah, you can see his corner is pretty hype over here, and he's going to come over for an interview in a second, bringing the fighters into the center to raise the hands.
There we go. There's the flag.
And shout out to them for getting in there on short notice. Like I said, this was a late fight, and usually those are the ones that may go to knockouts, a little quicker.
Now, do you think that may have led to his corner wanting to call it a little bit earlier? The fact that there was maybe less prep, less, or do you think they would have gone that route either way?
I think they just didn't want to see him embarrassed further.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, congrats to Shakra Kalmadov. And congrats to the Uzbekistan folks that came out, waved the flag, represented. Very nice, very nice. Congrats to the fighters. Oh, is he doing push-ups? There you go. That's what you can do when you take literally 0 damage.
Right, yeah. No, sure. So that's really 2 fights in a row that we saw the winner not really take a lot of damage.
Perfect. Yeah, a couple fights in a row right there. That's how you end up putting together, multiple fight wins and streaks in a year. You get back in the pit, like Alex Pereira, right? He's about to get back in for his 4th title defense this year in March 8th. And that's because he doesn't take a whole lot of damage in some of these fights. He doesn't have to have surgery. He doesn't have to have, 10 months recovery. He can just get back in there.
Yeah, punching a face carved from stone doesn't normally take on a whole lot of damage.
So this next fight that's coming up is going to be an absolute banger, by the way, that we're about to see here. I see the fighters waiting back in the corner. This is going to be, I believe, Sarfarmad Akhmadov versus Jordan Barker. And I think that this is going to be the best fight that we've seen so far, coming up here in a second. Just pulling it up inside the KC app to see what I can find. Yes, this is going to be Akhmadov versus Barker. They had Akhmadov at plus 110, Barker at minus 132. Oh, here we go. Interesting little conversation from Shmuel. Do we think that Komodorov is going to get a KC contract? Typically, your debut, and then you can potentially get a contract? My guess, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was probably certainly some of the motivation coming in late, coming in last minute like that. But yeah, I think it would be well earned in this case.
Yeah, we're going to get President Awesome in here in a little bit. And we will ask him his thoughts because ultimately he decides. So to be honest, he's the best guy to ask.
Sure. Yeah. We can.
Yeah. The fact that we just have the president, we can just pull him right in. He's standing over there to our right, about 20 feet over. We'll probably have someone go grab him in a little bit and get in here. But having a lot of fun here already. By the way, almost at 5,000 viewers, which we love to see. We're only about 40 minutes into this. By the way, Barker is going to be super fun here for the pit. He's famous for attacks off of the pit wall specifically. That's a huge thing with him. He's been training American Kampo karate since he was freaking 3 years old at his family's dojo. Imagine a 3-year-old just attacks you for using karate.
I was going to say, I have a 3-year-old son. He does attack me sometimes, but it is not with any sort of technique.
Can you imagine if he had technique?
Yeah, right. I know. I wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, listen, it'd be over right away. With that being said, he now runs that dojo together with his sister, which I love to see. Passionate American folk style wrestler. He also coaches for a top 10 wrestling high school in the country, so he's giving back. And in 2023, he became the first Kumite Bantamweight champion, earning a coveted professional contract with Karate Combat. And yeah, oh, by the way, huge fact, why is Jordan Barker so famous for attacks off of the karate pit wall? Well, here's the crazy thing. Right now, there is one full karate pit in the country that I know of, and that is at Shmuel. You can tell me a little bit of details, which would be good. That karate pit is at the Goat Shed, which is, of course, President Awesome's gym, right? Which makes sense. President Awesome, President of Karate Combat, owns a pit that people can come train at. Jordan Barker has a pit wall that he trains on. I believe it's a half pit that he uses at his own place. So he's one of very few fighters in the world, potentially less than 5, that have their own pits that they train in. So he trains specifically for this type of fighting. You'll notice most of the fighters so far have not used the pit wall to their advantage.
Right.
Mostly to their disadvantage, kind of falling back over into it, right? Not being able to keep standing up. So that's just a really interesting thing to keep aware there. Smiling Tim Alvey walking behind us right now. Sam. You want to hop in right now? All right, we're going to pull Smiling Sam right in here right now for a little discussion. Pulling up the chair. Here you go, sir. Fantastic. All right. Let's go ahead and pull that on for you. All right. How's it sound? Can you hear us well?
I can't hear anything yet.
Can't hear anything just yet. Let's
How
see if
about
we
now?
can get it a little bit better.
I can hear everything
Now you got us?
Perfect.
Perfect. We'd love to see it. So I would say this has been a very, very exciting fight night so far. I mean, you just have knockout after knockout after knockout. You've got guys making their debuts on short-term notice who look like they're freaking trained to use the pit off the bat. We've got Jordan Barker's about to come in here, who is just obviously a next-level fighter. You've been cornering. Talk to me about your night.
It is. I love these karate combat so much. The action is so fast, and it's right in front of you. The pit is next generation. This is what every fight should be in. And being ringside, being pit side, being corner, it has just been an adrenaline rush.
It always is. And you've got guys that are really kind of like fighting for their life in there because they want to get these contracts.
Yes.
They're seeing what's happening with, some of the guys are getting cut left and right. We've had President Austin coming in here. So a little bit of stuff about you. So you called out Rebellis, didn't you?
Yeah, shoot. I was calling out everyone. Hey,
Rebellis
anyone
is
that
not
ever-
everyone, though.
I know, but yes, Rebellis, although I didn't realize who he was when I called him out.
Would you get in the pit now, having seen his last two KC fights?
Yes.
Can we get you versus Rebellis?
I've got over 80 fights. I've never said no to a fight, not once. Now I would train real hard for him. I would find some training partners. I'd gain some weight. He's impressive.
He is super impressive. So what's your strategy when you're utilizing the pit?
So most of my career, I like backing up. I like keep my back foot against the cage, against the ropes. Can't do that in the pit. It is forcing me to go forwards, and it's changed my game. I've evolved as a fighter because of it.
So when you see fighters fall into the corners and they're kind of getting laid on, what's the strategy? How do you get up out of that?
It hasn't happened to me yet, so I couldn't quite tell you. I know that you lock up to them as fast as you can. As soon as you can stop the action, they're going to separate it because karate combat is about the fast-paced action. So make it slow if you get on there. Make him be slow if you get on bottom.
You have a very unique life going on because not only do you fight in the pit, but you also have 70 farm animals, correct?
Yeah, no, they're at 112.
112 farm animals. You have a food truck.
That's right. And I started an online training system for school, SKOOL. I'm smiling and striking.
Smiling, striking, ready to go. So this is a pretty exciting fight coming up right here.
Yeah.
Who do you like in this fight?
Oh, man.
I know. This is one of the best of the night.
It really is. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be wrong. And it's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be one of those fights that could end immediately, or it could be 9 minutes of just constant action.
Yeah, Jordan Barker's lightning in a bottle.
Yes.
You've got Akhmadov, who's the only guy who's gone all the way with Arturo,
Yes.
right? And they're now coming together. Barker's very familiar with training in a pit, right? He actually has a pit, I believe, or a half pit
Yeah.
that he trains out of.
Yep.
Where are you usually training?
So I usually train on a mat. I'm working on building a pit on my ranch. I haven't done it yet, but I'm working on it.
Very cool.
It's on my plan.
I want to see the donkeys in there.
getting boxing the donkeys. Yeah. You know what? It's funny. Akhmadov, he almost stepped up to fight our champion.
Really?
Yeah, when Lopez missed weight or refused to cut weight,
They would have given him
they were talking about it.
interesting, but he already had the match.
He already had the match, and they found somebody else. They found somebody almost equally talented.
So do you think this is basically a fight to fight Arturo?
This is yes. This is the winner of this fight will get that title shot.
Very cool. Very cool. I love
Yeah.
to see it. Any other general advice that you give to fighters when they start training for something like this? Because now you're cornering, right? So you're both fighter and coach.
Yeah. So you can't. I know it's karate combat, but it is a striking league now. President Austin has done a good job of making sure every strike is legal. So you have to be aware of how to do every kind of style. So it really is a mixed martial arts again, and it's fantastic because of it. Make sure you know it all.
When's your next fight coming?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet. I think we're going to say later tonight.
Okay, we'll shout it out later tonight. Are you able to hang with us for round one? A little bit of commentary
100%.
here? Okay, perfect.
100%.
All right, right off the bat.
Immediately. Oh, I hate southpaws, and I am a southpaw, so I can say that. Yeah, that in-out movement, it's so hard to read. It's one of the biggest attributes of the traditional martial arts style is you have that dynamic going in and out kind of style. Beautiful transition.
Interesting. He almost took a little bit of a wrestling approach there.
He shouldn't have stopped. You know, that's something. Do not stop unless the ref pulls you off. He stopped before the ref said anything.
So you want to get as much damage as you can.
Get everything you can.
Every last punch.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks really dynamic at the moment.
They stood back up, and now he's backing up a little more than he was. He was in a good groove. Ooh, a little bit of headbutt there. See if there's any blood. Now his knees aren't down. They're on the cage. Slow him down. If you can get that knee to touch, you're going to stop it. But he's doing a great job of keeping that pressure upwards.
He's got to use some elbows right here.
Oh.
There we go. Get the elbows.
You say it shall be done. He's in there coming out the back.
Elbows. Let's go. Oh, he's getting pounded on. I think they're going to stand him up. I think both knees went down. Sometimes they kind of just stand him up anyways. We're keeping that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of damage. He was attacking, but it was little rabbit punches.
Okay. Can you drop that bag just down on the floor? Perfect. Thank you so much.
Now, that is one of the things about... That was beautiful.
Double spinning.
Oh, and it landed. It hurt him, too. It forced the clinch. It forced the shot. See, they keep stopping without the ref getting in there. That's something, when they watch this, they got to realize you do not stop unless the ref touches you, unless the ref pulls you off.
Every last opportunity.
Every second.
Yeah.
I tell my guys, like,
oh my goodness, these guys are after blood.
Yeah, this fight is everything I thought it would be.
Yeah, they are not stopping.
Oh, on me on the way down.
Oh, he's looking shaky.
Yeah, Akhmadiev he just keeps coming.
Yeah. Now, like I said, the benefit of the traditional styles, you have that in out. It takes a lot of energy to keep bouncing like that. And you can see he's slowing down ever so slightly. He's not bouncing in and out quite as much. Well, it'll be interesting to see if he can recover in the minute down between rounds, or if he's going to be able to come out, refreshed or with a new strategy.
We still got 30 seconds here.
Oh, I thought I heard the slapper. Oh, we still got 30 seconds even.
I know. I was like, these guys look exhausted already.
He's using the cage like. See, I don't understand why he's putting his knee on the cage. I would bail. Try and
you just pull out right here.
Try if I was Akhmadiev. Try and get to the ground, because that's where you'll have the easier time stopping it. Right now, they're both considered standing on the cage. That was a pretty elbow off his back.
Yeah, I found that that's the most lethal move now that they've introduced elbows.
Yeah.
Is get him up against the cage and just hit those elbows. Wow.
Beautiful.
Reversed it a little at the ends.
He did.
Wow.
He did. I didn't see an illegal strike, but he's saying there's something in the back of the head.
So do you think Barker took the first round?
Yeah, he won the first round. He did. Both of them had their moments where the fight could have been stopped, but he did more. He was in control more of it.
So let's say you're cornering and you're in either guy's corner. What are you saying to them right now?
All right, so I'm keeping the pressure on him from Akhmadiev. I want him to close that distance, cut the ring off, quit following. He was following a little bit too much. Other man, he's a black shorts or black pants. I want to see him. I would have to see how refreshed he is. If he could get back to the speed, if he could get back to that bouncing, he was doing really well with it. I just don't know if his lungs are up to it yet.
Interesting. I guess that's all cardio, right?
Yeah, cardio is king. Everything is necessary, but cardio is king. He was slow getting off the stairs. I think I tell him go for the kill right away.
Because he's kind of sliding in there.
He slid in. He was slow to get off the chair. I think he's tired.
You can see it.
Good. Here's the pressure of Akhmadiev.
That's what Akhmadiev seems built for, is just lasting. Ooh. Oh, my goodness, the leg kicks in this one.
Yeah. These guys, they get their strikes coming off the ground, their kicks coming off the ground so smooth. It's just beautiful.
And it goes so high. He's like kicking over his head almost.
It's like it's nothing, yeah. It's a skill I don't have. When I kick, like everyone sees it's coming. They might not be able to stop it, but they'll see it coming. You're not seeing these guys kick. It's such a smooth motion.
That double kick, that's rare.
Yeah. If you can do it now, you see that the pressure Akhmadiev is it's really working.
I think what Barker's kind of wanting is, I think he's trying to pull him in a little bit to that corner to try to jump off the wall at him a little bit with the punch. He likes that move.
When it works, it works.
But at least a little Arnold roll.
It's kind of like a spinning move. It's kind of like a spinning move. Spinning moves don't work, but when they work, everyone remembers them. So the jumping off the cage doesn't, or the pit doesn't work. But when it works, everyone remembers
Right,
it.
the viral highlight.
Yes.
Oh, he's covering up a
Oh.
little bit here.
Yeah, he's not bouncing. He's not going in and out. He's more just going out. He's backing up. He's circling a little bit more. I think the cardio's getting him. Nice little combo, kick to the combo, the kick to the punch. So Akhmadev, he's throwing that rear kick just to get Barker to cover up so he can attack with those punches. It's a beautiful strategy, and it's working. This is a really high-level fight.
I think Akhmadev still has some juice.
He doesn't look tired yet, and he's still keeping that pressure up. He's cutting everything down. He's covering up. He's using the wall. At this point, they're both breathing, but Akhmadev is able to breathe more.
Yeah, and still applying pressure, right? Showing control.
He is, and he's picking his targets.
At the end of the day, you just want to take the round. I mean, if in a case like this, if you feel like you can outlast him, you want to make it 1-1, take it to the third.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And especially if you feel when you feel your partner getting tired or your opponent getting tired, that's you lay it on. You don't let him breathe.
He's punching the back of the head right there. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, that one was. Did they take it a point?
I don't think so. I think he's going to give him a second. It didn't look like a terribly rough punch to the back of the head. Obviously, I don't know if you saw last KC where we had that fight stoppage for like 20 minutes where they're trying to figure out what happened, but I don't think it looked that bad.
Yeah. I think he's taking advantage of it. And power to him. If he's tired, take it.
It's hard to tell when they're taking advantage of it. Were you watching UFC Cejudo the other night where he got poked in the eye?
Oh.
And they're like, he's taking advantage of it. I'm like, I think he freaking can't see.
I am in the camp. I've been preaching it for years. One eye poke should be disqualification. There's no points needed. One eye poke changes the fight immediately. Disqualification. There is no reason for your fingers to ever be outstretched. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't increase anything except threaten the eye poke.
Wow.
I'm one eye poke disqualification every time.
So sometimes they put a 5-minute timer, obviously, in UFC. I don't know if I'm familiar with Karate Combat on how they time your time if you got hit in the back of the head or anything like that.
I don't know. In the UFC, do they give you 5 minutes for a back of the head shot? I mean, they don't happen all that often.
Eye poke, they give you 5.
Eye poke, you'll get 5, and that's a new rule. They didn't used to. Eye poke used to be if you said anything other than I'm okay, they called a fight.
Yeah.
Which I fought Wellington Terman. He poked me in the eye 7 times.
God.
Yeah.
I see why you want them disqualified.
Oh, immediately.
Yeah.
I've been poked so much. Now, Akhmadev's doing a good job trying to cheer him on. I hate saying it because I don't know how he feels. But to me, it seems like he's milking it a little bit.
Yeah, he seems to milk it.
And maybe not. Maybe he's like, maybe it really hurt.
I mean, he was already exhausted, right? It's not so hard to be like, everything kind of hurts right now.
Yeah. You said it happened at the end of the round.
Well, and I was going to say, ironically, he stopped on his own when he thought he was about to deliver some back of the head shots. And now here we are a little bit later in the round.
Yeah.
And he's on the other end of that.
Yeah. I wish I knew what the rule was with the back of the head shot now, because they just changed the eye poke to now you have 5 minutes.
Will,
back of the head might be similar.
Will Michael Knowles be in your corner for your next fight?
I hope so. I hope he is. You know who I'm going to get in my corner? I'm going to get William Zabka. Johnny Lawrence is going to get in my corner. I'm calling it right now. Johnny Lawrence, if you're watching, I need you. I may not have won the Sapai Kai. I can't see it. Sapai Taikai.
Sapai Tai.
Like you did, but I need your help defending that belt.
Sakai. Yeah, no, I totally hear it. Strike first, strike fast, no mercy.
No mercy, baby. If he dies in the ring, I win twice the purse.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
Okay, perfect. Our thing just came back right here. What's your thoughts on the GFL?
I'm so interested in it. I think they could be a real threat to the – not threat's the wrong word. I think they could be a real challenge to the UFC because they're taking fighters that everybody knows. They're taking the greatest fighters of the last 30 years and putting them in there. Like, I keep expecting to see, like, I want to see if Hoist Gracie makes an appearance. I mean, they're taking people have paid to see for years and making them fight each other. It's really exciting.
Wow.
And I think they will have a higher pay-per-view turnout than some UFCs.
Really?
I really do. It's fighters that everybody wants to watch fight again. And they're not fighting young bucks. They're fighting people on the same caliber, the same age, the same. I mean, shoot, Weidman and Rockhold are fighting again.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that we might be looking at a stoppage here.
Yeah, and I don't see a clock on. It might be up to the doctor for this.
Yeah, that's my guess. Doctor's sitting with him, speaking with Jordan Barker at the moment, trying to ascertain if he can continue.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I thought maybe he's milking it, but maybe he's actually really hurting. If he is, I apologize for saying anything accusatory. I hope he heals quickly.
So what does it feel like when you take a fist to the back of the head?
I don't know that it's ever happened to me.
No?
No, I mean in practice that you every now and then you have that foot that hits the back, and it doesn't.
He's done. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
He's
You can
having a
see it in
hard
his
time
face right
standing
now.
up.
Hard
Yeah.
time standing up, wincing. Looks like he's got some type of headache maybe.
Yeah.
He's done.
They
They're
had the
calling
death.
this. Yeah, there you go. There it's called.
Now, what was the time? Do we have the time down? Because if it's,
I think there was about 20 seconds, 25 seconds left
it
in
might
that
go
round.
to a scorecard. Which
But that was
would
only the
make-
second round, right?
Yeah, but that's the way it goes now. Is if it goes halfway through the fight, they judge the first half. At least in MMA.
Well, then
And if he won the
took
first round,
yeah.
he was winning the second round. Could be a draw that way. Yeah, they're collecting the cards now. I think.
I don't think a draw's a bad call in this one if they're going to stop.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's what they would have to do.
Yeah. Has the GFL approached you?
No, I'm Karate Combat's property, my man.
There we
Yeah,
go.
no,
there we go.
I wouldn't want it if I had it. My home is Karate Combat.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karate Combat's pulling in some big names too.
The Karate Combat is. I mean, they've got me. How much bigger can you get?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's following your lead.
Yeah. No, it is more fun to watch the fight in the pit. The style of fighting it takes to be in this pit is more entertaining than cage fighting.
It is. It's funny. It's almost like, I used to watch boxing
Uh-huh.
and then I started watching UFC and I was like, I can't watch boxing anymore.
Yeah.
And then I started watching Karate Combat. I was like, I don't know if I can watch the UFC. Like,
Yeah. You saw the boring, and I love jiu-jitsu, I love wrestling, big fan of it, and I encourage all my students to do it. But the boring part of every fight is when it goes to the ground. It always is. So Karate Combat, they took the ground out. You can strike. It can only be on the ground if it's entertaining, more or less. And which is an incredible rule change.
yeah, no, they definitely have continued to improve.
Yeah. And so they've done away with jiu-jitsu. Awesome. Black belts don't like watching jiu-jitsu. But the threat of a takedown is still there, which makes the striking different. Like kickboxing, I'm not a big fan of it. There's no threat of a takedown. The threat of a takedown changes the way people strike. And I think it changes it for the more entertaining way.
Well, you've seen it. I mean, we can definitely talk about it in the UFC, like Mayrob, right, versus Sugar Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just a different style fighting,
Yeah.
right? It's just not how Sean fights.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if they were to fight in Karate Combat, Sean would win.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that too.
Yeah, you've got to fight towards the rules, and whatever the rules are, that's what you got to adapt your style to.
Yeah, it makes sense. Looks like we are getting the decision here. Looks like, no love lost. It seems like from President Austin to Jordan Barker.
I'll take it back now. I think he looks hurt. I take it back, and I apologize for saying milking it. It looks like it hurt.
No, I think, you only have the information you're working with at
Yeah.
the moment. And it didn't look like a terrible strike to the back of the head, but you never know, I guess, with those.
Yeah, it only takes one.
All right, let's see the call.
Disqualifying him?
Wow.
I don't agree with the disqualification.
He's not even celebrating either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with the disqualification.
Yeah,
by
see,
now.
they're even telling him in the corner, like, don't celebrate.
Yeah,
That's a really tough call.
it is. I would like to see the rematch. It was a really entertaining round and a half.
Wow.
How do you think that the pit basically changes grappling?
It changes the fighter style. So it's a bunch of strikers fighting. You introduce a little bit of grappling, and they have to adapt. And it's fun watching them adapt. So Mr. Jordan, when he got down, he kind of gave up his back immediately, presenting the head, which is why I don't think it's disqualification. He kind of turned his head into it, which
He did. He was covering up.
Right, he was covering
leaned
up.
over to cover up. And,
Right.
he was trying to get through the cover up.
right, and it happens. Accidents happen, but it changes the discipline a little bit having the pit in there.
Completely agree. Looks like we got Weathersby warming up over there.
I'm so excited for every fight tonight.
I know.
Really am. I want to see Rebel. It's like we were saying. I called him out right away. I'm fighting, and then I looked him up. Oh man, he's 7 foot tall and 290 pounds or whatever he is. Maybe not. But
So I want to talk to you for a second. We've got McGregor over there in the booth. You could see talking IFC, and obviously he's an IFC guy. And did you see his fight?
yes.
That was brutal.
I was cornering Harley.
Well, okay. Well, then I got to ask you your thoughts. What went wrong?
He's zigged when he should have zagged. I always encourage my guys to keep your cup in line with their lead toes. Harley was a little too on the inside, and McDonald just took advantage of it.
What'd you think of the ref kind of letting them stand back up and keep going after that first fight?
You know what? I would have been okay with the stoppage, but I'm always okay with the not stoppage.
That's what we were saying.
Always okay with it going too long.
Yeah. And for the fighter, obviously you don't want to see anyone get hurt or anything along those lines, but you kind of rather go out on your shield.
Yes, 100% of the time. It drives me. I'll never complain about. I'll almost never complain about a fight getting stopped too late.
Yeah, wow. Speaking of which, so Rebellis, bronze Olympic medal in Taekwondo.
Oh yeah, he's an impressive character, and he's had 2 fights already, and he hasn't been in the pit for more than 20 seconds.
Yeah,
he's
12
incredible.
seconds total.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, and I think he's got 5 knockouts in cumulatively less than a minute.
Which is awesome. Yeah. Now I also have 5 not consecutive knockouts in under a minute, but I've not been fighting the same size guys he's been fighting.
What weight are you gonna fight at for your next fight? If you're allowed to share that.
Yeah, I'm willing to fight 205. I'm willing to fight super heavyweight. I'm willing to fight 85 if they got to pay me to cut weight. But
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I will fight anyone at any time.
Okay, so big fight obviously coming in here. We've got Adrian Weathersby versus, I believe it's Robert Bracken over here.
Okay.
So we've got the odds. So Weathersby's been pretty stable. He was minus 625 2 days ago. He's minus 600, it looks like, going into this. We've got Bracken. He was plus 450. He's plus 425 now. Interesting.
Yeah. I can't say that I've seen either of them fight before. That's a pretty big swing.
Well, he trains out of Shookan, Atlanta, I believe, and I think he's fought a couple in the last few cards.
Okay. All right. It's the one thing I am working on is I'm trying to memorize the roster of Karate Combat.
I know.
We've got so many fighters from all over the world that a lot of I've just got to remember the names.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting to me? So we've had 2 fighters now tonight. I'm blanking on his name, but Komarodov, I believe, who won earlier, and Weathersby, who are both software developers as well as fighters.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so impressive.
Yeah.
See, sometimes you got to be tougher than smart. Sometimes you got to be smarter than tough. And it looks like he's got the balance figured out perfectly.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, it's funny, though, how quickly that swagger that fighters come into the pit with can leave. I mean, McIyer, I think if you saw his fight, he had to stare. Like, he was staring down his competition, Komadurov, as they were getting into there. And then, I mean, 20 seconds in, he looked scared.
Yeah. It's just the way it works.
How do you keep composure?
I enjoy every minute. I just love this sport. I love fighting. I just enjoy it. I'm getting paid to do something I do for free. Don't tell President Awesome I said that. But
we'll keep it here.
I just love this.
Where's the worst place to get hit besides the groin?
Liver shots terrible. You know, the groin isn't terrible. The cup really does a good job. A lot of groin shots are exaggerated to take the
they take the rest.
They are, and I'm not going to say I've never done it. I've been kicking the groin so many times. I'm not going to say I haven't taken the point, but a lot of times they're not terrible. The liver is miserable. The liver ruins you. And then Dan Henderson punched me in the throat once, and that was pretty bad too.
Wow. Adrian Weathersby, 3rd degree Shookan black belt and American Shookan champion.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's a huge event. I see why he's the favorite in the fight.
Yeah, so Connor's fought 1 fight in KC. He's undefeated so far. He's got 1 fight in there. He's a Muay Thai style fighter. Okay. So I think this will be pretty interesting.
I love watching the traditional versus the Muay Thai style. I really do enjoy that.
Yeah. Who do you prefer to fight, traditional or Muay Thai?
I prefer traditional. Oh wait, who do I prefer to fight? Oh, I prefer to fight Muay Thai. Traditional is harder to fight.
Interesting.
They move. There's so few that are athletic enough to properly do it. That when you find someone like a Raymond Daniels or like a Ross Levine, they just use it so well.
Yeah.
And it's hard to read them.
Weathersby has a great record as well. 2-0 in KC, 14-1 overall.
Dag nab, that is awesome. That is an incredible record. He's fighting for a title soon, I bet.
Yeah, I would definitely guess so. God, I love when the guys get artistic with the tattoos. He's got everything going.
You said artistic. I thought you said autistic. What does that mean?
No.
Artistic. Okay.
Ooh, a nice little spinning kick there right off the bat for Weathersby, and he follows it up with the second.
That's a kick I've been trying to get good at, and I'm not there yet. I'm not fast enough. I'm working on it. There it was again.
Third.
That spin, yeah. Raymond Daniels, when I spar with him, he does it, and it just drives me nuts. Spinning stuff isn't supposed to work, but when you do it so well, it works so well.
Leaves you vulnerable, though,
It
right?
does. It just right up the middle, and you're blocking high.
Johnny Lawrence taught me that. Oh, man.
See, and then he did the spin. He said it. Ooh, nice little overhand right there.
Kind of ate that.
Yeah. So Witherby, he was spinning to the body. At last, when he spun to the head, and he was close.
Mm.
Ooh, that looked like nice knees. I like the knees.
Yeah, Weathersby, very competitive boxing.
Good elbow.
Kickboxing.
Beautiful. Did he cut him?
I think Bracken's more of a brawler.
Oh, there's a little of that. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, trying to choke him out or something.
He's trying not.
Trying not to hit him in the back of the head.
Oh,
He saw the last fight.
See the elbow from Witherby. Traditional martial arts don't elbow. And they've thrown it twice now. He almost used it like John Jones does. Like he used that jab or that
Those
elbow
John
like a
Jones
jab.
elbows are brutal.
Oh, man. Oh, there's the pits involved. It's fun.
Oh, nice uppercuts.
Yeah.
He hit him once, and he's like, all right, not going to block it. All right, here you go. You have two. By the way, Bracken KO Dylan O'Sullivan his last time out here. So he's got KO power.
He does. He's fighting like he's getting a little tired, though. I see it just a little bit. He's slowed down a bit. That's what I like to do. If you get caught down, lock him up.
Lock him up.
I guess I haven't done it yet, but people have done it to me.
I mean, I think you can see the cardio difference.
Yeah,
a little bit.
And I think Bracken landed the bigger shot, but Witherby weathered it.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah, that crosses.
A lot of empty swings.
fighters really been slowing down after the first minute tonight.
Hey, people that aren't used to using that pit will exhaust you.
Why is it more
Ooh.
exhausting than the cage?
You're not used to it. You fall. There's that. So everything's about breathing. Whether you're running, whether you're boxing, whether you're jiu-jitsing or MMAing or taekwonding, everything's about breathing. That moment where you're falling backwards, it takes your breath away. Then you hit and your breath's out of rhythm and they're attacking you still. So that cage is, you're used to the cage because you don't necessarily fall over. You just end up standing.
Right,
Yeah.
I was going
Here-
to say, then you're having to get back up.
Yes. And here it's like when you fall over in a chair, there's that moment of, and that's what'll happen. You hit it, and you just lose that breath.
Weathersby, by the way, very versatile, has wins in MMA. That's where those elbows are coming from, too.
He's 14-0 in MMA.
I think he's 14-1.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, that's an incredible record.
Yeah, also competed in Muay Thai as well.
Really, he's the full package.
Yeah, he's got it going on. Bracken over here right next to us. What's your eyes telling you?
He's taking some big breaths. Weatherby doesn't seem to be breathing as heavy.
Who do you think took the first round?
I'm going to give it to Weatherby, but it was really close.
Yeah, I think
Is that-
slight edge, although he took some damage.
Yeah, I think the bigger shot was landed by Bracken.
Yeah, he had that one really nice punch to the face.
He did, and I think it rocked him. I don't think he took the advantage of it quite like he wanted to. But
Nah.
then both of them landed the elbows. Weatherby just landed more, especially leading with those kicks at the beginning.
Here he comes.
Oh, sometimes that minute comes too quick.
Doesn't feel like a whole minute,
Oh, it
does it?
doesn't.
Feel like 10 seconds. All right. Round two. Here we go. All right. Weathersby is now a minus 435 favorite at the moment. Bracken is plus 325 from Cloudback.
Ooh, there's that big cross again. Good read. Ooh,
Ooh.
Weatherby's kick looked a little slower than the first round.
Nice jab.
Yeah, he's not kicking like he did. Maybe I misread Weatherby. Maybe he's more tired than I thought. Or maybe he just had so much success with his hands.
From what I've seen in a couple of his fights, in his second round, he's come out a little bit slow and then thrown something surprising.
Okay.
Just in a couple of his fights that I've watched. Yeah, he said Adrian's going to be the fresher fighter here, potentially going into round two. My man in the cloud scoring at 10-9 for Weathersby in the first one.
Okay, that's what I'd have. But it was close. This round, Bracken looks to be fresher, more fresh.
He's got some blood coming down, cut over the eye that is opening up.
There's those elbows. Ooh, there's another one. He switched up. He's now throwing the rear elbow, which is a hard strike to throw. You got to come over with that punch and then turn it last second.
I would say another thing, with the spin kicks is it seems to use up a lot of energy because you see the guys using it early and then they don't really go back to it.
It's another one of those moves that'll take the breath out of you when you're throwing it.
Yeah,
It throws your rhythm off,
sure.
unless you are mastered it. And Weatherby did well, but he threw a lot of them. You can only,
Did you see that? He just pointed at him and he kind of mimicked the side of his eye and went, ooh.
Little mental warfare.
When you talk about that liver shot, all I can think of is John Jones and Stipe.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So my boy Jordan Winsky forever ago, he got hit in the liver and survived. Like he just fought, survived, then came back the next round and finished the other boy with a liver shot.
Oh, my God.
So when I think of liver, that's not, and you guys,
He's a liver king.
he is. Yeah. Except he is all natural.
I love it. Less than a minute left in the round.
It's nice how Weatherby's using these knees better than the Muay Thai fighter.
I don't feel like we're getting a knockout here with the way these guys have slowed down.
I don't know. I think if Weathersby lands one, he could knock him out.
I would like to see Bracken start feinting a little bit. That lead or that rear overhand cross is almost landing. If he could feint that jab and then throw the cross.
Oh! Got a little rocked right there.
Bracken's got a chin of gold, or steel, or iron, whatever's harder.
Yeah, he just keeps coming. I mean, he's competed in boxing and bare knuckle fighting, so I think he's taking a few to the face.
Nice angle. I would have liked to see a kick off that angle, but it was a beautiful angle by Weatherby.
Oh my God, the blood is just coming down.
It leads to a cool picture. You don't ever want to leave a fight spotless. You want to be able to brag.
I mean, we had a couple guys leave fights with no damage tonight, but I think they were pretty happy. That is a nasty. Oh my God! I just got up close to that, and it does not look good at all. Yeah. Oh God!
In the words of Joe Rogan, he's got a ghost vagina on his face.
It is just coming down.
That was from forever ago.
Whoa! There. I think he's got it coming out of his nose, his side of his eye.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Bleeding from a couple
doctors
sides.
Looking at it, they're going to do everything they can to stop the bleeding. It's not in a terrible place, but it's not in a good place.
It seemed like it kept getting split open wider and wider as the round progressed.
Yeah.
Right over that eye is always the worst.
Yeah.
Starts running into the eye, blurring vision.
And that's where they'll stop it. The doctors are looking, they're judging. I think they're going to let it go.
Yeah, I think he's got one more round in him.
Yeah, he's just good. Both of them were tired on the stool. I've got a 2-1 Weatherby to Bracken. Well, whoever wins, the odd makers were wrong. It should have been a lot closer.
Yeah, I know. These guys are swinging and banging.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. All right, they're going. Yeah.
There we go.
Neil Magny, my man. How you doing, brother? Hey, good to see you, my man. Neil Magny's in the house. He and I were training partners on Ultimate Fighter 16.
I love it. I love it. I think said we had 8 UFC fighters in the house tonight.
Yeah, oh, man. Oh, Weatherby looks refreshed. He's back. Oh, elbow off the other side. Did he kill? Oh, he's back to spinning.
I was going to say, he brought it back.
Nice.
You think it's fair to say Weathersby took that second round too?
Yes, yeah, I think Weatherby's up 2-1. I think second round was a good round, but I think it was a more dominant round for Weatherby.
He's a little more pep in his step now, too.
He does. I mean, the way he's fighting right now, I could see the finish coming.
Shout out, by the way, Neil Magny, one of the best welterweights in the world, right?
No, best welterweights of all time. Yeah, Neil is so much fun.
That cut his back open.
Oh, yeah.
It did not last.
Yeah. Now I want to see Weatherby circle off. Now he's following. If he could cut off the ring a little bit, you put Bracken's back foot on the cage again. He's had a lot of success with that. Oh, attacking the body. Did it land?
Is that a legal double?
Oh, nice swing and a miss. He was there. So whether Bracken is fighting like he's down 2 rounds.
That's how you gotta.
Yeah. Nice.
So Neil has the most wins ever at welterweight, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he's got the most time in round 2, maybe in UFC history.
And-
I think it's between him and like Max Holloway.
And one comeback of the year against Mike Mallet.
Yes, yeah. Every time he fights, every time he has a baby, I tell you, hey, good job, my brother. I love it.
Every time he has a baby.
I think I'm leading on the baby count for my season Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
That's what really matters.
Got a few of them running around in here earlier, yeah?
I was gonna
No,
say,
I was babysitting someone. I was babysitting my fighters' kids.
babysitting or training.
Yes. Preparing them for what could come.
Yeah. He's got to cut. So who was it? Jordan Barker's apparently been training since he was 3 years old at his parents' dojo. And we were joking around. We were like, imagine if your 3-year-old not only was attacking you, but now had karate training.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. You see the kids are getting so good, so young. And just if you can keep the enthusiasm behind the training, behind the sport, the next generation of fighters is going to be unstoppable. Oh! 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, it caught him again. It's up to the home. Oh, behind.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell.
Oh my god.
What a look.
Yo.
What a good golly.
That was like a backhanded spin punch.
He was a
almost.
spinning back fist and it landed.
Never stop
landed
fighting.
flush. And he waited just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have.
It was almost like the timing of it kind of threw him off a little bit.
Oh, they want one more.
I don't think it's gonna. No, Karate Combat's rules are damage is not the number one aspect of the round. It's attack. It's aggression.
Sure.
Weatherby was the more aggressive fight. I think he still won the round.
I agree. I mean, it was just one punch, really.
Yeah, it was one really good punch. But you watch, if it goes one more round, and I don't think it will, but if it does, he's going to be throwing more.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to be throwing
Oh, yeah.
a ton of them, and immediately.
Oh my
Oh,
Man.
no more round. It's one of my favorite things about Karate Combat is they don't let it go to a split decision.
Yeah.
It's an extra round. We're not kissing our cousin.
Here they come.
Oh, good fight, boys.
Great fight. Great
Man, oh,
fight.
man. Well, and to your point, with the odds makers, I think once again, like you said, there was much closer, I think, than they anticipated.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a shutout, and it was a good fight.
Unanimous decision.
Beautiful fight, boys. Beautiful fight.
If he had 20 more seconds.
Oh man, yeah. If it's
Man,
one of
oh, man.
man out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that decision, but
I would have liked to see another round
Sure.
just to see, just to see.
Sure.
I'd watch those
Yeah.
two fight again.
This is the first one they've had to come in and wipe up the blood. Might have to follow him around with a rag. Oh my God, look at that gash. That is stitches in the back right now.
Oh yeah.
We've had some fun ones where the fighters, they go back, they get stitches, they come right back out here and sit down and start talking with us.
Well, you got to show off the merchandise.
How long does it take for the adrenaline to go out and the pain to kick in?
As soon as the bell rings.
As soon as the bell rings?
Oh, yeah. Like as soon as that bell rings, as soon as it's all right, everything hurts now. When I fought Ross Levine, hell of a fight, went to the 6th round, and everything felt great. I didn't think it was going to a 6th round. I thought I had won. I thought, I won. And so I took the mouth guard. I was taking
No,
photos
it
and
was
stuff.
just-
All right,
it
one
was
more.
just-
I was, oh no, everything hurts.
Oh my gosh.
And then I watched the fight back. I should have gone to a 6th round. I was It was a rookie mistake I made, assuming I had won. But yeah, then when the fight really ended, everything really hurt.
Yeah, it makes sense. The second your mind is like, oh, I'm safe.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
like, oh, I'm hurt.
But it's what I always say, leg kicks don't hurt. I mean it. They don't hurt in the fight. They hurt afterwards a lot. But during the fight, you're fine. You take them all day long.
I think you'll appreciate this. My guy texted me, said, nobody has been robbed of more split decisions than Smiling Sam Alvey.
God. It's probably why I love the bonus round so much. Oh.
Yeah, don't let it go to split decision. Yeah, that was probably a 2-1, potentially a 3-0 Weathersby, but probably 2-1 just because of that knockout.
Yeah,
at the
agreed.
end. Wow. So maybe Weathersby getting some type of title fight in the near future would be my guess.
It was an impressive performance. I mean, he looked good. I don't even want to say that he had his cardio, because his cardio looked great round 3. Round 2, he just slowed down. Maybe it was a strategy, and it worked. I mean, round 3, he looked dominant.
Oh, yeah.
And he might have let Jordan get into that nice rhythm, and then just change rhythm round 3. So maybe I was reading it wrong, but that was a good third round.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to everything that they got going on here at Karate Combat. They always put on a show.
They do. I swear to God, I like watching Karate Combat fights more than I like watching any other sport.
Yeah, it really has taken it to the next level, and they only get better. I feel like they learn each of the fights. They add
do.
little new things. They've added the elbows. They've added new types of styles.
They have. And, I was against the elbows. I was the guy leading the charge for no elbows. I hate cuts. I hate fights getting stopped at cuts. Knockouts are great. They just, most of the time, it's cuts. And so I was fighting, and I lost. And maybe I was wrong, because the elbows now, President Awesome had a good point. Having the elbows means we are the striking league. We have everything. And nobody can claim we don't.
Legs, arms, elbows, whatever
Yeah.
it's got. Now they got Gina Valentina announcing.
I love her.
Yeah, right. Big fan of her work. Nice. At Karate Combat. And Loudmouth in the building. Shout out Loudmouth. Love everything that he does. Always puts on a show. Got Boss, Rutin. And to be honest, I want to give a shout out to Karate Combat for just bringing in the streamers like us and giving us a spot, having fun. You can see now there's the most streaming boosts that they've ever had tonight.
It's incredible. It's just opening the world up to, different demographics.
It's nice. We've got 11,000 right now tuned in on ours.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome.
I know. We did 30,000 at the last
Really?
one by the end of the night. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll bet you when Robellis gets up here, we'll be close to that.
Yeah, the numbers pop. That's for sure. So you said you would take on 2 guys in the ring.
Yeah, I was trying to. I couldn't.
So
get a
Rebellis
fight.
and who? Yeah.
No. Robellis is 2 guys.
Rebellis is 2 guys.
I think I need a tag team partner if I fight him. No, 2 guys my size.
2 guys your size.
Yeah, and it was close. I
You're gonna be one of those.
there are 2 guys won that night. I'll fight them both. I just need anyone. And those 2, and I was immediately on the phone with President Austin, make it happen. And he said, listen, I know you could do it, and I know you could win. But if you didn't, or if you got hurt in the first fight, it ruins the card. You can't. Well, I'm not over. I'm going to fight 2 guys in one night with Karate Combat at some point.
It makes me think of like Eddie Hall in there with like the 2 midgets.
Yeah. Was it? There's another one. It was a Russian guy. Big fella fighting like 3 women at the same time or something.
Yeah, listen, they'll do anything in Russia.
Oh, anything. Except fight me. I tried. They wouldn't do it.
No, they won't let you in?
No, those cowards.
Man, they're scared of the USA.
As they should be. I would have taken all their belts.
Oh my gosh.
But I
love
always say God has a plan greater than mine. My plan was if I fought there, I wouldn't have fought here. And here I have made a home. Here at Karate Combat, I like that I am the king of karate.
You are. You carved it out. I mean,
Yeah.
you're pretty much the icon.
I'm hoping to be. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to raise Karate Combat and raise myself up with it.
Okay, so this is a really interesting next fight. You know why? So we've got the former, I guess, champion of being DQ'd. This is the guy who last fight, they had a 20-minute break because he hit him in the back of the head, the Russian.
Yeah.
And they DQ'd him, called off that fight, and now he's getting back in the ring for his next fight.
Okay, all right.
So he is going to be very careful,
very sure.
very careful about this in the back of the
He
head.
very much knows what not to do.
Now, to be fair, he absolutely laid him out with his fist. Are you familiar with Dwight Grant? Dwight Grant, the body snatcher that we've got up there. He's
That's a good nickname.
a UFC veteran. I believe he's 40 years old. He's been fighting for a while.
Dag Nab. He's keeping it together.
Yeah. He's got the MMA record going. It looks like 11-6 here, and he is plus 210 at the moment. So they have this fight a little bit closer. Ilya Kamzin up here on the left, age 33. Want to know? Well, I guess they DQ'd the other one. Maybe they didn't put it as a loss on his record. Maybe they called it off. I don't know what they ended up doing. That one was so long, to be honest.
Yeah.
That I was talking with. We had Henry Cejudo's coach
Oh, really?
in the booth.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. And
I
so-
love Cejudo.
Yeah. I mean, he's great. So, and then his coach broke news on there that Patricio Pitbull was coming to the UFC.
Okay.
He's Patricio's coach as well.
Yeah.
So we were just talking with him for a while, but there you can go. Dwight Grant, body snatcher, plus 204.
All right. Hey, we've seen that the odds makers have not been right. Well, I guess they were kind of right. Although it should have been closer.
Yeah. Could have definitely been closer. Looks like we've got for Dwight Grant a couple of UFC bonuses. One, he had performance of the night one time versus Carlo Pedersoli Jr. and fight of the night one time versus Sergey Kondosmo. All right. Looking forward to getting into this one. I think this one's going to be interesting. He's a brilliant fighter. He's got a lot of strength.
I tell you, he looks intimidating.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yeah, he's tall. He's
Oh, my
got broad
goodness.
shoulders.
He does. He's a scary individual.
And I think that all he's been thinking about is this moment since that last card.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was Miami, a month ago.
Yeah. You know what? I watch every Karate Combat. I try and watch from the first fight on. I remember it. I remember the fight. It's easy when there's a big pause, a 20-minute whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm watching at home, I'm gonna do my dishes or something. Wait till I hear it. So I might have missed who.
That's the other cool thing with Karate Combat. Free to watch, easy to watch. YouTube. We stream it to Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.
Ooh, that overhand was right there.
Mm.
If he dedicates himself a little bit more to it, I think it would have landed. He's got to adjust for the height.
Let's see what Dwight is going to throw into the mix here.
Ooh, the nice little step kick was countered with that overhand. So Grant's got that experience. Like he's already reading the fight a little bit.
Yeah, definitely UFC veteran. He's playing around, worked his way around the pit.
And you know what? I can't believe I didn't say the last two fights. We're in Denver. Of course, the cardio is
It's
going
the
to be
high
on.
altitude,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and I can't believe I didn't mention the last two fights.
It's so dry.
I have not slept a night. I wake up like 3 times. God, I'm thirsty. I need anything. Oh, good. There's nice circling. Ooh. So Chimaev, he did a little switch, like he was trying to set up the kick again, but it's a feint. He came in with the punches. Grant has been countering the kick with a punch.
Yeah, comes in definitely the aggressor at the moment. Continuing to circle around him.
Yeah, I would like to see him cut off the cage a little bit more. Comes in following a little more than I would coach him to do, but at this point, there he's got the back foot on the wall, and you see the movement. As soon as you hit that back wall, you start panicking. Oh, I gotta move. So I can't afford to. And Kamzin has now read the overhand.
I kind of want to see more guys do like a Jose Aldo, kind of put the foot up in the back, on the wall and kind of keep it on there
Yeah.
when they're backing up into it.
Problem is, none of us are as good as Jose Aldo.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there can only be one.
Yeah, oh man. I tell everyone he's my number 5 greatest of all time, and he'll never leave. I don't care if I don't. He will always be my number 5 greatest
So
of
now
all
you got
time.
to tell me the top 5.
Right.
So GSP's number 1.
Love it.
Yeah, we got Mighty Mouse number 2, and Mighty Mouse is a close number 2. I put Khabib in there because although
I love Khabib.
Khabib has a lot of padding on his record, he's still 29-0. That's hard to get.
Never lost a round.
And yes, didn't he lose around to the?
They're saying with Connor. Are you saying that one?
No, I was saying with the last-minute boxer from New York, Eli Quinta. Didn't he lose around that? That was a better fight than it should have been.
I think that in any fight that he would have been rolled on, he ended up finishing them with a KO, so they don't count it as a round
Okay.
lost if you get the
Okay.
KO in that fight.
Okay. Well, then my number 4, I have Volkanovski. That's my most.
I'm going to see Volk fight next in April.
know.
I'm going to go to that 314.
I want to.
You should come.
I love Volk. I love him. And if he loses, I think I have to take him off my top 5.
Oh,
I thought he beat Islam the first time.
yeah.
And that he was able to beat a dominant champion in my eyes. And then he's just good. I've got him as my number 4, but he's my weakest link in my number 4.
Yeah. I mean,
Or my
Volk
top
was
5.
on that streak for a long
He
time.
was.
What was it, 10 years or something?
Yes. And if he regains the belt, he's solidly number 4.
So, okay, so while we're talking about this, what do you think of that belt being vacated for, gosh, why am I blanking on his name?
For Taporia,
Taporia to then try to go fight Islam.
Taporia hasn't done anything to deserve that title shot. Like he beat Volk twice? Did he beat Volk twice? And he beat who else did he fight? He fought someone. He hasn't done enough to deserve that title shot. So him going up, power to him. He made all the money.
He'll sell a lot of tickets. So
He'll sell tickets, and I from what I hear, the UFC's not going to give it to him. But he's good.
No,
I think he
really?
loses to Islam. But I can understand not wanting to cut weight. There's that right hand.
So Mahad,
He's reading that step. Grant was watching Chamuran take it.
Kamzin, Ilya Kamzin.
Kamzin. I can't
I know. I also think Kamzat Chimaev. I know.
He keeps stepping in with that rear foot and throwing the lead high. Not quite a switch, but Grant is reading it.
Okay, he said that Taporia KO'd Holloway and Volk.
Yes. And Holloway is, I understand the fight needed to be made, but Holloway is an older Holloway. Volk is an older Volk.
Okay, so I'm getting questions. No John Jones in your top 5?
He's a cheater.
Oh,
He's a dirty cheater, and he doesn't deserve to be on anyone's GOAT list. He's popped, 3 times for steroids. He's the eye poke king. Illegal elbows, illegal nose. His rule is if he starts losing, cheat. That's what he does.
no Islam?
Not yet.
You know, he almost has as many fights as he's 1 fight short of Khabib.
Yeah.
Or 1 win short. He's 28-1. He's the same amount of fights.
I still want to see him do more.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm guilty of bias.
No. I
wanna
agree.
see him do
He
more.
kind of has that young look, you know?
Yeah, and he beat Oliveira, which is an older Oliveira. Did he beat him twice? Or beat him once? He beat Oliveira. He beat Gaethje. I don't think he's beating an older generation of fighters. I
Yeah.
want to see him beat the young guy.
Oh, here we go.
There he goes.
To me, it looks like the knees are
Careful.
down.
Don't throw that fist in the back. Oh,
Good recovery. He's watch out for the knees. Watch out for the knees. He's gonna explode up. I told you. Oh. Come on, boy. Yeah,
Holloway's only 33, by the way. So
I know, but he's
he's just
got
been fighting for so long.
beautiful.
Big
Beautiful.
shot.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's fights over.
There you go.
It was a good stoppage.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with a few more punches, but I'm okay with this.
I mean, look at him. He's stumbling.
Yeah, I'm still okay with a few more punches, but I'm okay with this. I know, but Holloway's had so much. He doesn't block punches.
No. He prefers to take them.
Yeah, he's
To the
33
face.
going on
Yeah.
63. And I don't mean that insultingly. He's incredible. He was on my top 5 list for a long time.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of everything that these guys have got going on. And I don't know who else I would put in the top 5. I think that's a pretty good top 5.
Yeah, the other one, so I love Anderson Silva, favorite fighter of all time outside of Dan Henderson. And if I don't say it, Dan will beat me up. So outside of Hendo. But he got popped. So I can't put him on my list. And there's never been a more fun champion. He has been the most entertaining fighter maybe in history.
Who's your favorite guy that never has become champion?
That's never been Hendo. I mean, that's just a Hendo. Even if he wasn't my coach, it's Hendo.
Okay. Chael Sonnen was where I kind of got into.
Wasn't
UFC.
he champion? Wasn't he an interim?
No, he lost to.
I thought he
was he interim? Maybe he
I
was
thought
interim.
he was an interim going into that fight.
Yeah, but he definitely. I mean, he kind of lied on Silva for like 5 minutes, and
He won he was winning. And again, he thought that tapping meant he lost the round. He didn't realize it meant the fight was over.
right. Top 5 BMFs.
You mean of the BMF title holders or baddest of all time? Leonard Garcia, Clay Guida. I'm not a Diaz. Fedor. I'm going to put Fedor in that category. Who else have we got? Derek Lewis. He's in there.
I love Derek Lewis.
Everyone loves Derek. He's just in there. And let's see. I need one more. Who else would I put? Leonard Garcia. I could put him twice. That dude never had a boring fight.
Poor Masvidal.
Masvidal. He's good. He's okay. That flying knee made his career though.
It did. It truly did. Let's see what we got. Yeah, shout out trading out of Archangel Michael. He's been putting some guys together lately.
What's that?
Archangel Michael, Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
That's where he trains out of.
He said Weathersby's next.
Oh, he wants to fight Weathersby next.
Oh, ooh. I thought Weatherby was 170.
Guess he wants him to put on a little bit of weight, huh?
What's that?
Guess he wants him to put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Dan Severn.
He's a likable fighter. He's a fighter people remember.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it was a sad ending to the last one. I don't think anybody wanted to see that. With a 20-minute potential DQ or whatever they did on it. But to see him come back, fight strong, get the knockout.
Yeah. He adapted well, too. I was bragging about Grant the whole time, adapting to what he was throwing. But he adapted to Grant's, too. He started adding those feints when Grant started reading them.
So this one's going to be a fun one coming up next. You familiar with that gentleman over there with his shirt off?
Yes.
Jaden Anod.
Yes. He's the Australian cat. He was. I almost called him out. I just forgot and didn't, because he came out and he was saying karate is better than or Muay Thai is better than karate.
He was the one calling out President Awesome.
Yes.
And then he was like, give me the 100K bonus.
Yes.
Who did he call out again? Gosh, I'm blanking. Some UFC fighter, I think. He called him out and he's like, I want to fight him. Get in the ring, 200K bonus. And he goes, the UFC fighter responded, he goes, I'll knock you out. You can keep the 100K. Yeah.
Well, the man understands showbiz, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do.
Right.
So many fighters, they've got all the skill in the world, but they don't sell it.
Right.
All right. One more fight with us?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
Perfect.
I'm probably going to sit right there as soon as
I love it. Yeah, we
here.
kept it warm for you. Then maybe you got to pull Neil over. Do you want to get Neil in the booth with you?
Do we have another headset?
Yeah, we got another headset.
Yeah.
Neil! Let's go.
Neil, can you hear us? Yes, loud and clear. I'm in the building, my friend.
Neil, welcome into the booth. Excited to have you in here. It's been quite the fight night.
What's that?
It's been quite the fight night.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Reminds me of like the 1980s karate movies. That's meaning to piss somewhere and getting down.
Yeah, so it's been one of my favorites because we've pretty much had a KO in almost every single fight tonight, but they're only going to continue to heat up. This is a top-level card. How familiar with you have been with KC's? This is the first time you're hopping into our booth at Karate Combat, so I'm excited to see you here.
For sure. I mean, if I'm a fighter backstage watching these fights go knockout to knockout, and I watch the fights that are kind of dragging on, where the guys start to feel the effects of that elevation, I'll be backstage motivating myself to go out there and get done as fast as possible. So as the fight card continue goes on, I can imagine most guys come out just kind of swinging for the fences early on and try to get this opponent out of there.
Yeah, it totally seems like most of the guys, the first minute is the gas tank.
Yeah, well, it's at Colorado altitude. They've got to get everything out soon. They want to end it soon. They don't want to gas.
For sure. Like, everyone's back there motivated. They want to make sure that their fights will get replayed, and the altitude is no joke. No one's to stick around and see what happens after that.
So we're seeing some guys as well that have UFC pass hopping in here. We just had one of them in there, the Body Snatcher. Unfortunately, did not take the win. And I think we're going to continue to see more guys crossing over. What's your thoughts on the pit versus the cage?
Man, overall, the pit, I think one of the things that it takes away for a lot of fighters coming up from MMA, they tend to complain about the control, like being controlled against the fence, being controlled on the ground. The pit allows you to be able to work off your back defensively or offensively, but it doesn't allow you to get control for the entire round of the fight. The fighter that's pressing the action has to be actively striking, that kind of thing, and it kind of forces the action to keep moving, where you're not getting like a stagnant fight where guys are trying to just hold you down and control you, so to speak.
Yeah, so they actually the rule set is different for karate combat than MMA. Damage is not the number one criteria; it's aggression. So aggression followed by damage. So it's whoever, even if I make them bleeding, bloody, and all that, if they're attacking me more, they're going to win the round.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't think I would like that change as much as I do, but it makes the fighter have to fight.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that absolutely helps when it comes to judging the fights as well. I mean, a lot of times we see the guy who may have won the fight technically, but you look at him like, man, there's no way he won that fight. So I think that kind of takes that away as well.
We got a minute here before this next fight. I want to talk about a couple of your fights. So comeback win of the year over Mike Mallet. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Man, that fight was great. I mean, not only to go out there and kind of withstand the storm and come back with a free and win the fight, I mean, it felt great. But like overall, how my last year played out with being able to rally back and get that finish later on, I feel like that's where I'm set going into 2025 right now. Like this last year has been a rough year for me competing. Taking that same energy I had in January 2024 last year into 2025 this year, I can't wait to go out there and just like start the year off strong, finish the year off strong. I'm in a good place now. I'm healthy. I'm mentally in a great place. I can't wait to go out there and compete and just end up on top.
Little bit of a throwback, one more here, and then I'll turn it back over to you. Tell me about being on Team Carwin.
That's really a throwback. So being on Team Carwin actually led me out to being in Colorado. Training on with Team Carwin, met guys like Nate Marquardt, Trevor Whitman, Lisa Bowling. And during that time, they all invited me out to train in Colorado. And during the time, I didn't really have a set team or anything like that going for me in Chicago. So I decided to pack up and head out west, and been here ever since.
Yeah, man, I got to come out for 2 weeks, like right after the show, and it was so much fun seeing you and everyone out there. I can understand why you stayed.
Yeah, for sure. It's been great. I mean, the friendship I've ever on Team Carwin, the relationship I built over the years has been a great experience for me thus far, for sure.
Were you here for the first couple of fights? They have influencer fights.
No, I missed those, unfortunately.
Okay,
I was stuck in Denver traffic.
I want to get your thoughts. So it's something that Karate Combat does. They teamed up with IFC, which is the Influencer Fight Club, and they're actually getting influencers off and putting them in the pit and letting them fight as kind of the preludes to warm up for the main fights. And I think it's an interesting little mix.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I know a lot of people were against it at first when you see the Jake Pauls and that kind of thing, but what those guys have done for marketing and effort they put in actually training at the sport, whether it's boxing, whether it's kickboxing, where it's getting ready for a fight here in the pit, those guys actually put themselves to the ring to actually be athletes and actually competing against high-level guys. So I love how much that's evolved over the years, where we don't just have the guys that are just quote-unquote influencers, but these guys are actual athletes now going out there competing.
Wow. So you debuted all the way back at UFC 157.
Man.
How have things changed since then?
Oh my God, drastic. I feel like I was old. I was just told by someone earlier today that he was cornering Hector Lombard when I fought in Australia. During the time, he was 19 years old. So fast forward 10 years later, still be in a position to be competing for UFC, competing at a high level. It's going to be anything less than fortunate for it.
What has it been, 156 UFCs?
Sick, yeah.
Quite a few. I know we had UFC 300 this past summer. I think we're up to like 314 or so. So yeah, been here for quite a while.
Yeah. Are you going? I think it's 313 this coming one, or is it 314?
313.
Yes, and then 314 will be the next one. You going to be either?
No, I'll be in Colorado cornering. Got a couple teammates that are competing, so I can put my coach's hat on for a day.
Very cool, very cool. So this fight's about to start. You familiar with the fighters here at all?
Yes, Julius actually came on trip this in Colorado a couple years ago. He's been out here acclimated to the altitude for a couple of days, so I'm excited to see what he go out there and does. He has a lot of experience on his belt. He fought some pretty big promotions. When it comes to MMA, he's fought for PFL. He fought for Bellator. So he has tons of experience. I'm ready to go out there and see what he gets done.
So you actually have done a pro grappling match before. Would you consider a pit submission series?
Oh, 100%. Even watching the featured bout, my gym bag is in the car just in case Arnold's not feeling too well, Need me to jump in last minute grab. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, we'd love to get you in here. And so this fight right here is the closest fight of the night by betting odds right now. -125, -105.
Wow. Should
Wow,
go
he's
for sure.
the favorite. I mean, a slight favorite. Wow.
Oh, he went up to -150, actually. I just saw.
Okay. That's awesome. So I saw him fighting his last fight, and he got on the mic, and he did everything right on that mic. He called for $100,000 purse. He called for an opponent. He called out President Austin. He just made me remember him.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so he called out Uriah Hall on his last one. He said, Uriah Hall, he said, I want to get in there. I want 100,000 fight bonus. And Uriah Hall responded and said, I'll knock you out. You can keep the 100,000.
That is amazing. Undefeated on the mic, Uriah Hall.
All right, fighters getting into the pit here for our next fight of the evening. Let's get the action started. A little bit of sportsmanship. We've had a couple fights with no glove tap tonight.
I hate touching gloves.
Oh.
I wave it off every time. I don't want to do it. I'll hug you before and after the fight, but I hate that bell rings. I want to be on.
Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of glove touch anymore. I mean, I feel like I have to turn off the nice guy energy, get ready for war.
And Glikas' back is nuts. Oh, my God.
Hey,
go,
go,
right off the
Julius!
bat, let's go. Oh.
Because it was a double leg, it's an illegal takedown, so it's an automatic stand-up.
See, but he took your advice. So beforehand, in one of the previous fights, Jordan Barker, you go down, the ref would start waving at him. You got to get back up. And he was telling him, don't stop fighting until the ref pulls you off of him.
Oh, Jack Knapp. I think the betting odds are wrong.
Oh!
It's not gonna.
Oh!
It's an automatic.
You think the betting odds are wrong, huh? I mean, they didn't say he was much of an underdog.
Right, it's
Yeah.
pretty close.
-105. I mean, they're not giving any juice to anyone.
Throw for throw. These guys are getting after it.
Yeah, nice block of that knee, too, with an elbow.
Oh my God.
No, I was wrong. Wow, he took it well.
Right here. Let's go.
Oh, it's right in front of us.
I've had them fall on my setup before.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah.
Both of these guys have been hurt already.
This is in honor of tonight. Knockout chocolate.
Regular chocolate just wouldn't do tonight.
Wouldn't do.
Well, they're impressed me with how fast they're. Oh, that jab straight down the middle. Yeah, I'd like.
Oh!
He's out
Wow.
cold.
Spinning
Oh,
backwards.
he's done.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
That's 2 fights in a row now that spinning back
Oh.
punch was.
I think we might need medics.
Oh boy, might be dead.
Oh my God.
Dag, yeah.
Jaden Anon.
Wow.
Oh!
Boss Rudin did not like that.
You cannot say he is not a showman.
It's time to play the game.
He had that plan, huh?
He's still out.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see it again. And
Yeah, I
hate
think we
saying
might
it.
need a stretcher.
Was it elbow or?
No, it was.
Forearm.
It was
the
the
spinning back fist that caught him right on the temple.
It was the same.
It was
yeah.
it was the fist that caught him.
All right, heavy breaths coming in.
I think it was his elbow that
You're
hit
I
right.
him.
think the
you're right.
elbow right to the head.
You're
Yeah. It can happen, but you don't see a back fist knock someone out quite like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And then the extra punch at the end.
Yeah, that landed right on the temple, put the lights out.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it affecting the others?
Oh.
I was told to come back up here. Yeah, we don't have anything to
Oh man. That's 2 impressive knockouts in a row for him. And we have a common opponent. He fought my first fight in karate combat. He knocked him out as I knocked him out. I just knocked him out faster.
That guy's getting knocked out. Good Lord.
There we go. He's making
He's back up. There he
into
is.
his feet.
You can put that down right here if you want.
It's funny here.
Just say wherever. corner looks concerned.
Yeah. I cornered someone. He was an amateur, and he got knocked out. Like, well, he's dead.
Oh my God.
And you're just like, you're worried, but you don't know. There's nothing you can do. And he starts coming to, and they're all confused. That's when they say, "Hey, he's confused and kind of fighting." You got it. So you come in, try and calm him down. Sure. Then you ride with him to the hospital, and
Oh man.
it's a scary thing. Good. It seems like he's got his wits back about him.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Love to see a good fight. Never love to see a fighter stay down.
Yeah. And it's crazy watching him win like that. You go from the big, I just won it, the greatest in the world, spitting all over everyone, to coming down to like, oh shoot, he's still down.
Oh crap, this man alive, what happened?
Yeah,
Is he
right,
okay? Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's a rough sport. I mean, when it comes to combat sports, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, MMA, it's just it's just hard. You want to be a sportsman, you want to go out there and do your best, but it's just the unfortunate side of the sport sometimes.
What do they tell you to do if you like have gotten knocked out? Is there any like advice that they give you, or is it just your
No,
breathe?
I've never been knocked out, but I've been knocked silly more than once. And it's really just that you just try and stay calm. You just go with the flow. You go with where they're directing you. Your team is always there with you. My team's my wife, so she's there, guiding me where I need to go.
I love it.
Sorry, we're gonna go get stitches. We're gonna do this. We're gonna.
Sure.
And you
She here
rely-
tonight?
Not tonight. No, I've got too many
My
kids.
fiance is back home too.
Yeah.
She's like, I got too many kids and farm animals. 100 of them.
I say I've got 112 heartbeats on at my house.
Oh, geez, wow.
I've got a ranch.
No more California living for you. Where you live now these days?
I'm in Nashville, just
Oh,
outside
nice.
of Nashville. Yeah,
Awesome.
if ever you're in the area, come on out.
Nice.
All right, I need to hear what he's about to say on this mic.
This is her second first round victory. Coming in with a storm. Right I took this fight on 4 days' notice.
Really?
4 days notice.
In a different weight division, with a huge weight cut, with an altitude, with jet lag. Last weekend I was out partying. The week before I was out partying.
Last weekend I was out partying.
Imagine what I could do with a boot camp. That's 4 days' notice against someone who's jacked on roids. And
Oh wow.
Oh, he said he was jacked on roids.
See this guy. Is there anybody here that can tell me next? Well, there was one dude. Listen up. We're going to have to go over this again. There was this one dude on the internet who kept telling me from the outside was to fight for fucking weeks. Every post I was in, calling me out saying he's going to smash me. Then, when me and Uncle Asim reached out and said, hey, let's make this fight happen. Fucking bitch shit. Fucking went from NBC, no one heard of me. Thank you, Ryan Hall. I'm not sure if you heard me.
Calling out your eye hole
You're
again.
Called me out for weeks. They would fucking take the fight. They would fucking bitch. Actually, I respect you. Where is this Uriah Hall? Anyone know?
Uriah Fall.
Fucking know?
Uriah
I have
Fall.
respect for that dude.
I can't believe I've never heard that before.
So when you're ready, step the fuck up, man the fuck up, and put some action behind your words.
Wow. Listen, I mean, I'm sure Karate Combat wouldn't mind if Uriah Hall got in the pit.
Is Hall? I thought he was in the GFL. Is
Might be. It might
GFL
be.
scooped them up recently, unfortunately.
Uh,
I would be a fight. I would love to see that.
this would be like I assumed Uriah was going to be in Karate Combat because this seems like right up his alley.
What's your thoughts on GFL? We talked about it a little bit earlier.
It's cool to see where it goes. I mean, I love the opportunity to give fighters an opportunity to earn a living and go out there and do what they enjoy doing. But it's just cool to see what happens. We just got to wait and see if they withstand the test of time, so to speak. I love the idea of a 50-50 profit revenue split with the fighters. Hopefully that's paving the way for other leagues to do the same. But we just have to wait and see. Let's wait and see how they do.
Yeah. It's very fair.
I'm excited for it. There's so many old school fighters that I want to see, and I don't want to see them fight new young bucks. I want to see them fight each other.
That's the biggest one, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, let's look at the 40+ league going. It'll be great.
So we went over this with Sam already, so we know his list. But who's your top 5 list?
For fighters all time, MMA fighters,
MMA fighters.
I would have to put Matt Hughes up there, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva. This one may not be liked by many people. Miguel Torres have to go on the list as well because he's like a pioneer for the smaller guys when it comes to MMA. Fifth, oh man, Iceman. Iceman was one of the first like crossover stars I think when it comes to MMA.
So is one overlap with you?
Yeah,
GSP?
we had GSP. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Miguel
Interesting.
Torres is a good pick.
And-
Yeah, he's a good pick.
Someone else without John Jones
They're
on
all
the
good
list
picks.
too.
What's your thoughts on John Jones?
Oh, I love the guy, John Jones.
Well,
When it
that's
comes
not
to
what
the
he
GOAT,
said when we
yeah.
asked him.
Yeah, he didn't mix his words over John Jones over here.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the guy. I've been a fan of him for a very long time. I mean, he's one of the guys that I watched when I got into sport. I still a fan of his work today. I know there's a lot of antics that are getting involved with it, but
The show.
as a fighter, the
Yeah,
guy's a
takes
great fighter.
Injectables, whatever. potato.
It's all showbiz, right?
Anything is possible.
You were talking about a 19-year-old saying he grew up watching you. You grew up watching Jones.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's crazy. Do you have anything on the horizon?
No, nothing yet. I've been taking some time off to just kind of recover and kind of figure what's next as far as like my training career goes. Though the team in Colorado has been great for the last 10 years, a lot of things have shifted within the last 2 years or so, with coaches, with training partners, that kind of thing. So I'm at your position now where I'm just like kind of revamping my team around me, so to speak.
Okay.
So all new coaches, new strength coach, new striking coach, new grappling coach, new wrestling coach. So
Okay.
all new coaches around me trying to reinvent the wheel now.
Yeah. Well, they'll add to your current wheel. That's how I always look at it. You'll find new coaches. They're not going to change the way you fight, but they can have little tricks.
For sure. That's what I meant now. I mean, at the end of it, I'm going to have over 10 hours of UFC footage in the cage. So get with some new coaches that can bring a fresh breath of air in my career. This is a good move right now. So I'm excited to see where it would take things now.
Yeah, that's something. Before you came down, we were bragging about how much footage you have in the cage. In the octagon. It's so impressive.
For sure.
And you hold the record for the most significant strikes or something like that too. You
Most
got,
wins in the welterweight division,
Yeah.
most significant strikes in the welterweight division. This most wins in the calendar year, tied with Raj Werther and who is it? I believe one of the persons got it as well. But yeah, it's been cool just being around for as long as I have and finally like making records and making my own name in the sport, so to speak.
Oh, I've been so proud of everything you've done. It's
No, I
every
appreciate
time
it
you
so
fight,
much.
I am watching.
Now
I
that you
appreciate
mentioned Miguel Torres, he was your BJJ coach, right?
Yeah, I started
How
out
was-
training with Go
How was
Torres.
the training with him?
Oh, it was great. I mean, he literally got me started with MMA. I was a 17-year-old in high school when I first met Miguel Torres, and he's the one that planted the seeds. So to be here 20 years later, I did have to tip my hat up to that man and his contribution to my career.
I love it. Yeah, great fighter.
For sure.
Wonder what we got coming up next. Let me take a look around, see if I can find the fighter. Oh, is Alex Pereira here? Because I see his bodyguard.
Pereira has a bodyguard?
Yeah, he does. He's a sweetheart. Though.
Seems a little
Seems
redundant.
counterproductive.
Yeah, it seems a little redundant.
I know. It's like the lifeguard at the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know? Guy holding the thing.
Man, I should try and get that job, being Pereira's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, easiest job in the world.
Most redundant job. We'll see what's going on, but yeah, it looks like there's a lot of people kind of piling up over here on the left. So something seems to be happening.
Do all UFC champions have a bodyguard?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
I've never heard
seen
of
to
it
find
before.
out. Yeah.
I immediately I thought of Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's never had one. Sean Strickland would be hilarious if he had one.
Sean Strickland have a bodyguard just to like have fun with him. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're on 1 megabyte right
Neil, I've been in Colorado for like 3 days, and I can't sleep through the night. I wake up 4 times just dry mouth.
now. Altitude's getting to.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things too. You're telling yourself to hydrate, and somehow by the time nightfall, you feel like you're dehydrated automatically.
it's
a
crazy
weird
out
thing.
here.
Yeah, I didn't. it just sneaks up on me.
I actually thought that we might see more fighters getting like nosebleeds tonight once they get hit and stuff like that because it's so dry. They're kind of more prone to bleeding.
We had
sure.
one eye bleed,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that was like his whole face.
a face bleed.
Yeah, it's like multiple sources of revenue, coming from the eye, the nose. All right, here we go. Oh, we're starting to get some walkouts here. All right, main card.
Here we go.
Bueno, let's go.
I love Karate Combat's uniforms.
Yeah, no,
I
they're
really do.
stylish.
I just think they do. I was one of the few that liked the UFC's uniform. I liked that it was standardized. And I probably take a lot of crap for saying that, but I always thought it looked more professional. I like Karate Combat.
I hate to be ignorant here, but when it comes to the black belts that wear on their uniforms, are those actual black belts in some discipline, or is that just kind of the uniform look?
No, I don't.
For
hey.
Karate Combat.
I'm a gold belt. So that's
I don't believe that it is a license.
Okay, so it's more sort of uniform
I think it's part
thing.
of the uniform.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually
makes sense.
whoever's wearing white will wear the black belt. Whoever's wearing black will wear the white belt.
Okay,
no,
makes sense.
they'll both be black belts. I believe.
So it is?
Yeah, they'll both be black belts.
Wow.
I don't know if I've always seen it as.
So the IFC, they wear white belts.
Oh, okay,
Everyone
okay.
else will wear the black belt.
Okay.
Uh,
That's good to know.
This was a good. I got a guy in the sky feeding us. He was joking. He said, "You know who Sean Strickland's bodyguard is?
Who's that?
It's a 9mm."
Sean, that's not a 9mm. It's a Glock.
It's a Glock.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know.
All right, this is going to be a great fight. Are you guys familiar with these fighters over here? We've got Osley over in the corner here. He's a big favorite. I think he's right now minus 500
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, minus 500, minus 520. His last two fights have been beautiful. I love his style of fighting.
6'3".
Yeah, he is 6'3".
He's
Yeah,
not 6'3".
he doesn't look it from here, right?
No.
He's not 6'3".
He's kind of got the proportions don't look tall, but he is definitely tall. And then Omar Moreno over here, plus 325. Definitely a good fighter, but I think Osley is coming for the knockout.
It'll just add to the night. Oh, I hate southpaws. Oh, that was a pretty kick.
Yeah, he went right with it.
Yeah, he's gotten the respect right off the bat. Oh, I like that lead kick switch with the.
Oh!
Oh!
No!
Wow.
No!
I thought we were going to see a standing 8 count there for a second. I realized he called the fight
Oh,
off.
KO!
The celebration.
I don't claim back of the head, but it was a bad stoppage.
Yeah, quick
And
whistle.
it's okay. It happened.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
I
mean,
how fast was it? Was it a new record?
I don't think it was a record because definitely the record is still Rebellis.
That seemed.
I don't think that was faster because remember they had a few exchanges right off the bat there. He was kicking for a
Okay.
second. I think that was probably closer to 15 seconds.
All right.
Slow pokes. Yeah.
If there was ever a time to get that one more round chant going, now would be the time, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Is President Awesome saying something?
I
I love President
Once it's
Awesome.
called, it's
he
called,
stands
right?
up for the fighters. Yeah. There's no going back.
yeah,
But you can
it's
still-
over.
You can still tell him that it was a bad stop. Yeah. Beautiful kick. Beautiful kick.
I mean, I thought Osley was going to win by knockout, but not like that.
Cantor stop. Head never hit. He was defending. I think it was a bad stoppage. Yeah, I think it was a bad stoppage.
Let's see. Let's
And
see.
maybe
Wait, he just kind of fell. He didn't even really take damage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if the head hits the mat, it's over. His head didn't hit the mat, though. He was covering up. I love the chant. You effed up. See,
He actually never got hit behind the head either.
yeah. Yeah, President Austin's over there saying they'll get the rematch set up. He was just a bad call. Yeah. There's no damage done. Nothing was landed extra. Yeah. It was a bad stoppage. Yeah. So, Dale, how many kids are you up to now?
Just two.
Just okay.
yeah. Factory is shut down.
I tell mine, I said, I'm a fighter. I have no retirement plan. One of you guys have, one of you guys have my retirement plan. You have a boy and girl?
No, two boys.
Two
A
boys,
5-year-old
okay.
and a 2-year-old.
Okay. You got the 5-year-old in anything yet?
No, not yet. I mean, he's kind of all over the place. I mean, he enjoys a little bit of everything, but he's not really committed to one thing just yet. So it's kind of hard to decide where to plant seeds, so to speak.
Right.
Right now, for me, it's just more so exposure and him enjoying himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. And he loves watching his daddy fight. I'd have to imagine. At the age
I
where he is like,
like, Daddy, we go to the gym today to watch you fight. Yes, son. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
We're having fun. It's awesome.
My kids all say, "Hey, Daddy, you gonna fight your friends?" I say, I'm fighting my friends today. What is your official gym now?
So I'm training at a place called Pound for Pound. It's located in Inglewood, Colorado.
Pound for Pound. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. So the gym I'm at, I train at Guardian MMA most of the time in Nashville. We just got a new building like today.
Oh wow,
They
nice.
moved it,
Congrats.
And
That's
we
awesome.
We outgrew the old one, so we're moving in.
That's a good problem to have. Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it was beautiful. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think right away you consoling the fighters, let them know, like, hey, don't worry about it. We get you another fight, get you back out there. That's awesome.
He cares so much about the fighters. He cares more about the fighters than the organization.
It's awesome.
Don't tell the higher up they said it, but he does. He cares about the fighters.
I gave you the production Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah.
In my mind, I gotta finish this spot for the 1 round thing. I'm not a big fan of this. Yeah, what's horrible? I do. This ain't all people want to. It was a lot of people waiting for me to grow up. My home country, all of this thing. Well, would you be willing to give him a rematch? It's not my decision to make. There's a big guy over there.
There's a bald guy over there.
He's the one who's making decisions. And I'm fucking going
Yeah, see, I'm max 51. I'm only using 52 megs up, and I got 400.
That's a song over the second victory.
Oh shit, that keeps falling out. Yeah, here, let me
So for Karate Combat, I'm the light heavyweight champ, but they call it the heavyweight. They're switching it all down, so it's going to be light heavyweight and heavy. When I heard Rebellis was coming in, I didn't know who he was, but I knew they were adding the weight class, so I immediately said, "Hey, I want 2 belts. I'll put me up there." And then I Googled who he was, like, "Oh God,
Never mind. I'm a light heavyweight.
I'm pretty happy I'm light heavyweight."
Have you seen Rebellis fight?
No, I have not actually.
So he's done 2 Karate Combat fights so far. The first one, he knocked the guy out in 4 seconds. The second one, he knocked him out in 8 seconds.
Oh my God! Wow.
He did 4 knockdowns in 8 seconds, and then they called it.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
love you, Sam.
beast.
Light heavyweight is where you are.
It was once I Googled, I won't turn it down, but I'm not looking for it.
I mean, this guy also like 6'8" or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
man,
as well.
he's huge. I bumped super nice. I bumped into a little bit on the ride over yesterday.
Okay.
Really nice, gentle.
Wait.
Not so gentle giant, but
Does he speak much English?
we had the fighter lingo. It's like, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, because I had him in my booth and I had a translator for him.
Yeah.
When we were talking with him. Same thing when we have like Pereira and he'll come in and he's like super nice guy, but like not a lick of English.
Yeah.
Chama, sits you with it.
There's a couple of catchwords and keep it moving.
I love it. Fighter language. All right, so it looks like they're going to do Payet versus Almeida next.
Really? I thought that was they're putting Romero.
That's what I'm seeing right up here.
Yeah.
Jeremy Payet isn't he Mr. KO? Is that him?
I am surprised Almeida's not a bigger favorite because Payet, he took the fight on about 12 hours notice.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow.
He took the fight last night.
How are you doing?
Almeida's original Lopez, he was lighter than Almeida, said, I can't make weight. Almeida said, I'm still making weight. And Lopez, well, I'm not even going to try it, and pulled out.
Oh
He
my
was
God!
fighting- they were fighting for the title.
That is
gave-
insane.
Almeida offered him 5 pounds, and Lopez said, no, I'm not doing it.
What do you think about Lopez?
I think his career is over.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's missing weight is one thing. Refusing to try is something else. I'm not even a fan of missing weight.
I was just switch wide.
Yeah, especially having so much time to prepare for the fight. I mean, it's one thing to happen the week of when you first landed in the city or wherever you're competing at, but you went through the entire press conference, waited to the day of weightings, and then said, "Oh, by the way, I can't fight, I can't make weight." I mean, it's a complete disrespect for your opponent's organization and the sports in itself. So,
Yeah,
I did probably commit career suicide with that move.
Well, especially when you're paid half up front.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because people like that tend to set the tone for how things move forward. I mean, there's so many fighters who are in tough positions trying to figure out how to pay for a training camp and that kind of thing. You have someone who goes out on a limb and say, you know what, we'll take care of the fighter beforehand, get an opportunity to prepare for his training camp and not have to worry about funds and that kind of thing. And he turns around and burns the bridge for everybody. So it's a very unfortunate situation for everyone involved.
yeah. So he was paid his first the show money up front, like in December. He said, oh yeah, he just needed it for whatever. And then this week he was given $600, for the stipend
For sure.
food. And then he pulled out and he gave any of the money back.
It's very unfortunate, super unprofessional.
Yeah. All right, I think they switched it up. I think this is the fight I was looking forward to the most. Yeah.
Yeah, Payet.
No,
It looks like they're putting Almeida and Payet next, right?
Yeah, I think Almeida and Payet are going to be next.
I think. Am I? I might have mixed up my matchups. This might not be the matchup I was thinking of. Man, he looks a lot. This wasn't going to be the main event, was it?
No, this wasn't going to be the main
I
event.
had my matchups mixed up. Everything I said was true, but this is the wrong guy.
You're referring to the main event bout where Zach Ryder had to step up last minute to
Yes.
save the card. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just caught that as well as we were starting to walk out. Wait a minute.
Yeah. My mistake. Oh, 72.4. That's a big reach.
What's your reach at?
I am 187.
That is a long ass reach then.
Yeah.
So have you seen Jeremy fight before?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I see every karate comment. I lose track of who I'm watching.
Got to scout out the competition, see who's
UFC's
next.
getting like that. Dag, now we got Goku coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got like a 14 pack. I didn't know those were real. I like your song.
I will say Weber Alameda is no slouch. Yes, it does not look 37.
No, not at all. Wow.
Looks like a young buck.
Yeah, wow. My first time getting in the pit, I was so scared I was gonna hurt myself.
Slip in there by accident.
Yeah. Oh, so I put a slit on my butt down. So I'm not risking anything.
Taking absolutely zero chances with it.
Big fight here. Leona Machida's in his corner.
Oh yeah, look at that. He's in the GFL too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, that almost landed. Oh, I hate southpaws.
Facing them, right? You said facing them. You hate facing South.
Yeah.
How do you think we feel about you
Oh,
now?
Oh,
Oh, he took it.
Machida's probably one of the best karate guys ever in the UFC, right?
Yeah, you gotta say Machida, Pettis, and
Oh!
Yeah,
Wonderboy.
they're up there amongst the best for sure.
Mr. KO's getting KO'd. Gotta stand up.
Ooh, nice little head movement there. With the strike afterwards, you don't see that all that often. Ooh, nice kick. It's dangerous throwing those calf kicks against change stance opponents. Hey, they're easy to check. Easy. You just got to see them coming. Not that I would ever check them.
You take him a lot better than I do.
Oh my gosh.
It was a trip. It wasn't a knockout.
I was gonna say kind of rolled.
Yeah, he swept the foot as he backed up, which I think we're going to see. Once you get a I like that. When he got back up, his hands went up immediately. He was immediately rolling with the punches, keeping the hands rolling with him. It's a hard habit to train yourself in. He's got to start changing the rhythm. He's standing directly in front of him the whole.
Oh!
Or do that, whatever. How the hell?
Oh, here we go. This is a fight. Let's go.
Good God!
Oh, my God.
Could not stop it. Good. No, stop it.
There we go.
Oh. That
Wow. That was impressive.
that was both a good not stoppage followed by a good stoppage. I already saw him in the crowd.
It's unfortunate. That last fight, the refs were a little bit hesitant to step in there, but that definitely was one that we would not complain had been stopped earlier.
I always like that extra punch being thrown.
That's still a fight to win.
I am. And he backflipped.
And he hurts himself. Okay, he's good.
My first professional win. I jumped up on the cage. Yeah. I buckled my knees on the way back
Oh,
down.
my God.
Yep. Never do it. I needed help getting out of the cage afterwards. Never doing it again. Never touched top the ring. Never doing anything tricky. That was a fun fight. It was over the top. Wow.
Yeah, really nice knockout there at the end. I just showed that on the replay.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Yeah, Weber still got it.
But I like that killer instinct we've seen in the last couple fights. Like it's you get the knockdown, I'm not quitting. I'm not relying on the ref to stop it.
This ref's been great too.
He has been. And then this, like I said, is a great not stoppage, followed by a good stoppage.
Yeah, he
It was a
absolutely.
good not. You wanted to, but it's good not stoppage. Not stoppage, not stoppage. Good head hits. That's when you stop.
There
Because-
it is.
Because some of the guys would have jumped off when the ref kind of
Yep.
went in a little bit, but
Oh, and that's I do not stop until the doctors are pulling you off.
This is MacBook 2.
You're only pushing like 63.
So, Neil, do you have any teammates on the card tonight?
No, not tonight, unfortunately. I would love to have had him on there. We even have a pit here in Colorado for guys to start practicing
Really?
specifically for this. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So a lot of guys anticipating being part of the card tonight, but hope we have a good enough show when you guys come back to Colorado and put another show.
Well, it's one of the bigger crowds. I know it's a smaller arena, but I heard there's about 2,000 people here.
Oh, wow. Impressive. Yeah, Toronto's a fight-friendly city. We love the fights out here. Whether it's boxing, kickboxing, karate, combat, MMA, Toronto's definitely a fighting city.
Yeah. Well, this is where the first UFC was.
I was going to say, every old school fighter, fight fan in Colorado tell you, like, the first ever UFC was held here, down the Douglas County Fairgrounds. That's the go-to.
Representing the Chief Clan. What's next for you, my brother? The next for me, I see my president. And how do you?
Who's he calling out?
Look,
Oh, he wants it out.
I need the title shot. I need the next. I need the silver belt. I'm here to win this championship. This beach was made for me. This beach is my house, and I will protect my house. And I am the silver belt.
Woo! His accent threw me. That is saying, this bitch is my home. It's like, no, pit.
Pit. This bitch is my own. Yeah, by the way, Warbel Mina inspired to start training karate by his father, who was a black belt in karate. He would go on to become a 6-time national champion in the art before transitioning to kickboxing, becoming a Pan American champion in the sport. From there, transitioned to MMA, obviously with the help of Machida, with Shinzo Machida, right, learning there, and then joined the prestigious lineage of Machida Karate.
Wow, that's impressive.
Oh, that's cool.
Nicknamed the Silverback, as you heard him just say right there. I am the Silverback, and works as an athlete instructor at Machida Karate. Oh, and by the way, I saw this on his Instagram. He's a children's author as well, and he wrote a book. And you'll see videos on his Instagram of him like talking with kids.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's impressive.
Too many kids to karate combat 53.
It's true. I've seen them in the pit before and after the fight, and they're getting into it. I mean, even if you're just learning for self-defense, right?
100%. And having a platform where you don't need to worry about the wrestling, you can dedicate yourself to the striking arts. And you're going to see a whole new generation of talented strikers coming up. Prior to karate combat, all you had was point sparring for that. And now you've got that full contact. You have that reason to spar hard.
I agree. I'm going to task you guys with keeping it running for a minute. I got to use the bathroom.
All right. If you need any help, just yell real loud.
Sounds good.
In your way.
We got a great
Sub it in.
Yeah,
Tap
tap
it
in, Sam. Tap in.
snap pulling all the boards out. What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Dude, I'm just doing spectacular. I love this event. I feel like it's more full than the other ones.
They said they've got about 2,000 people here.
Okay,
You got to go back to your wife. We understand.
Oh, he's
No, it's like,
I
Sorry,
think
that sound from across the room is so hard to understand. At
I
times.
think he might be
he's
getting
calling
yelled
you
at.
out. He's calling you out.
My gym bag's in the car, ready to go. As long as it's grabbed, we can jump in.
Dude, I heard all the like bleachers are all max capacity.
Wow.
Yeah,
Apparently.
that's fantastic. I put something out on my TikTok the other day saying, hey, if you want to go and you're in the Denver area, hit me up. I gave away, I offered so many tickets to people.
Really? Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah,
I think every event is getting better and better.
it really is. They karate combat, they've just found their niche. Now, the PFL, I love the talent, I love the sport, but they're trying to compete with the UFC too much. Karate combat, I don't feel like they're trying to do their own thing. They want to be the greatest striking league in the world. And they've achieved it, I believe. Now it's just to keep growing with it.
I guess my question for you guys is like, when does karate combat take the next step, or is it already at that top level? Like, when does it get the best strikers in the world? Unless they already do.
I'm the champion. They got the best.
Yeah,
fighters
exactly.
in the
There you
world. You give me Alex Pereira, and Alex Pereira's going to sleep, son.
Dude, he's been at a lot of these, dude. We might see him in there.
He is. And I only say that because I know he's under contract with UFC, and it just couldn't happen. So,
Dude, maybe that's because he's running from you. I
That-
think
that
that
must
could
be-
be.
Alex Pereira must be running from him.
There you
Gotta be
go.
it.
There's Wendy.
It smells like hot wings.
Yeah, I just got a whiff of some nachos or something here.
Yeah, I'm supposed to jalapenos. But yeah, I do think it has hit that they found their stride. Now they've got a roster of people that people are starting to remember.
Yep.
And that was the one thing they're lacking, and they've really made a way of people are making names for themselves. People are tuning in to watch certain fighters.
Absolutely. You start to have more of the star power. That's I guess that's when the UFC kind of took the next step.
Yeah,
Is when you had global superstars instead of
Yeah.
just fighters.
Yeah, Chuck Liddell was one of the first. Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture. With the women, it's Ronda Rousey.
Of course.
Cyborg to an extent. Nunes, when you start getting the attention of people outside of just the diehard fans, that's when you start getting it.
Well, then
This is the fight I was looking forward
There
to
you
the
go.
most tonight.
That's the one?
This next fight. I don't even know why. I've seen them both fight. They're both incredible. Just the way they were looking at each other.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm really excited. This is gonna be awesome. When are we going to see you in there?
I'm ready to grapple tonight. I mean, there's a grappling match tonight of about 200 pounds or so. So my gym bag's in the car just in case.
Okay,
He was calling out Gordon Ryan earlier tonight. He said, Gordon Ryan, you ain't here for a reason, son.
Oh, dude, he's obviously running from him.
I knew we could.
I mean, just like Pereira and you. I mean, Pereira's been scared for a while of you. So.
Yeah. I left the UFC so Pereira could shine.
that makes sense. Yeah, no, I
it was his
figured.
time. We needed more
you
Brazilian.
got to share.
We needed more Brazilian champions.
Yeah, of
I was
course.
tired of being that gatekeeper.
I think we're dealing with some technical difficulties, but I think we're back up.
Oh, good. Oh, you mean Pereira didn't hear what we just said?
No, he did not.
Oh, okay.
He did not.
I was just saying Pereira's a great guy. That's
Dude, well, how about his sister? She's been
no,
pretty-
legitimately, I want my wife to fight her.
really.
My wife's badass. My wife would beat Alex Pereira. I want to see her. I would love to see that fight. My wife has been training as long as I have been.
Very cool.
She's just not been competing, and she would love the opportunity.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be great. I think Aline has had 2 knockouts in her last 2 fights in Karate Combat. It's a pretty spectacular showing, so I'd be interested to see it. Do you know who's next on the docket for?
For
Aline?
Pereira?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have such a hard time even remembering the UFC's women division.
Agreed.
Fight, there's just not enough of them.
What do you guys know about these guys?
Who am I looking at? He is one of the fastest fighters I've ever seen. He starts hard and he doesn't get tired. I'm interested in seeing if the Colorado altitude slows him down a little bit, but he's got that.
I forgot about that. How big of that? Like, I know it's big in basketball.
You've got to train
Now,
for it.
in the UFC, it's a little different, I'm guessing.
You've got to train for it. So I fought in Mexico City, which is actually 1,000 feet higher than Denver twice. Then I fought in Denver. After my first fight in Mexico City, I bought an altitude tent. And the rest of my UFC career, I slept at 9,000 feet and trained at sea level.
Wow.
And so I was always ready for the conditioning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the altitude is definitely one of those things that like you don't take serious until you experience it. Like even myself, when I first moved to Colorado, I'm like, oh yeah, altitude, no big deal. I'm in shape, I'm good to go. I was walking up the beach to the football game and losing my breath doing that. And I was like, oh, you know what? This altitude thing is a real thing.
Oh, dude, I bet. Well, especially with guys like this with amazing cardio, I'm interested to see how it translates.
Yeah. Now this fella, he knocks everyone out. Like one punch knockout. He KOs people.
He's coming out with a dog. Okay. Here, I'm gonna let Gav get back in, but it was a pleasure.
Hey, great talking with you.
Yeah, 30 seconds as well. Maybe I'll volunteer to hold the dog while he competes.
Oh, so yeah, send the dog over to the wolf booth.
Hey, what kind of dog do you have, Neil?
I have a Rottweiler.
Oh,
I just got another Rottweiler last year. My last Rottweiler lived 10 years. She unfortunately passed away. So we replaced her with Lexi 2.0.
Okay, so we're holding
Is
the
that her
dog.
name? 2.0?
Yeah.
I've never seen a dog walk in with someone.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I've seen this guy fight a couple times. He's incredible.
That was such a sensual back touch.
That's all I know.
Yeah, this was on paper. This is my fight of the night. Do we know what the odds are?
Yeah.
He is plus 300. I don't know the other side of the odds.
Yeah, I got him right here, minus 450.
Wow. These odds makers, they go big.
Dude, I feel like it's kind of the opposite of the UFC, dude. Every time I try to bet on the UFC, it's basically even odds no matter
Yeah.
who's fighting. You have your exceptions, but
Yeah.
oh, here we go.
So it looks like they're willing to trade. It's whoever's going to pull the trigger first. Sticking that jab. They look very traditional martial arts. I think both of them do. Where they're standing in it, they've got that bladed stance. They're willing to get in and out. And again, I hate southpaws. Nice check.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, I like that.
Dude,
That body lock into the knee, make him spread out.
Dude, he's quick.
Ooh, that looked like it hurt. Oh, it almost rolled his ankle by kicking his leg. Teeps are super useful. Sean Strickland has made teeps like they're the new thing. I am so scared to hurt my toes that are them.
That's like that I have thrown teams. Every single time I find an elbow or something hard to hit it on.
Yeah, I know every time. I'm just not going to do it anymore. Pretty lead leg. That's a very traditional martial arts style where you just throw the lead leg kick. You can get high with it from close in.
Of course.
It's such a useful tool. And you see the fighters that can do it even in MMA or here. It is such a useful tool. I mean, it catches people out.
Oh, there we go. Nice overhand right to stem to the canvas there. I thought you were about to see a suplex there for a second.
Yeah, bail to the ground, rolling. Oh, that was a pretty elbow coming out.
The spinning elbow just barely missed him.
And just barely.
Oh my God. The
Nice
elbow's
little
in the
elbow
back.
behind the, he's still wobbling. Oh, he's letting off. There it is.
Nice to see the jump knee
I
there.
kind of like that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's
Oh,
on
wow.
his feet. His feet
Oh, wow.
underneath the net.
That's it.
That is over.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Catch him,
Oh.
catch him. There you go. Good job on the ref to catch him there.
See
Oh,
those odds
wow. Dude, you were right on. You were right on with those odds. Wow.
makers? Nice fight. Good fight.
Dude, that was a good catch by the ref. That could have been real bad.
Yeah. It's fun. I want to say. I want to see it again. Yeah, I feel like he did like a full 180,
Yeah.
a full 360 just about.
Yeah, he was literally out on his feet. His mind was still there, and his body was in a completely different location.
Dude, that's crazy.
The poor guy's confused. He thought he was going around too.
Hey, they're going to use me for a second. I'll be back in a moment.
You got it.
Do little musical chairs over here.
All right. What'd I miss?
Oh my God, this a lot.
Yeah,
Back. I don't know
Scooch
what
in,
even
scooch in.
start. That was a lot.
Pulling a little bit closer.
Let's switch
Yeah, you can
spots
just
and
spot-
stand here for a second.
Perfect. It's not who I thought was going to win that fight. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's the first probably big upset that we've seen, right?
Yeah, Bozanova was what, minus 450?
Yeah. It's 3-1 underdog.
Yeah, that was a plus 300 underdog. That's pretty crazy. What stood out to you in that fight? What stood out to you in that fight? Can you hear me through the mic?
Sorry. Sorry, I had to adjust it over here. Microphone's already suited for cauliflower ear. Just made me readjust a bit. Now, on the press part, they started out real traditional. Once the punches started flying, they both just really kind of opened up to try to find finishing shots, and that was just impressive. Beautiful, beautiful sportsmanship there.
You know, that was the biggest upset so far tonight.
I can see why. I mean, literally, that fight started off and it was anyone's fight, and then once leather started flying, it was over with.
Yeah, Bozanova is I've seen him fight a couple of times before. He just hunts people down.
Yeah.
All right, the night's heating up. We're getting closer to Rebellis and a couple of others. I think we're going to get the president of Karate Combat to jump in here as well. He said he was coming after this fight.
Into the pit?
No, he's going to come into our booth.
No, okay.
He's going to come over. Here, he can hop in right here for right now. That's actually perfect.
Slide over from the middle.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go. Prez is in.
Yes, sir.
Let's
with
go.
legends out here with Neil Magny. Come on, man.
Prez, that was quite the fight. That was the biggest upset of the night so far.
Biggest upset of the night, but I'll tell you what, I had my tokens on him because he's from Mexico City, and I know something about Mexican fighters. They're gritty and they're strong. They don't get KO'd, and he has higher altitude. He's used to the higher altitude than
right.
even Denver. So I favored him, actually.
How do you get your fighters ready for high altitude fights?
Well, for instance, Arturo has been living here for the last 4 weeks. So minimum 1 month, we get guys living in the altitude to get accustomed to it. But it's always better. Between 4 to 6 weeks is usually the time. What would you say, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, 4 to 6 weeks is ideal for that point. I mean, if you're not going to be able to get out there 4 to 6 prior to the fight, you want to get out there as close as possible to when you're going to be keeping elevation. That way your body doesn't have the negative aspects of trying to adapt to the altitude.
Well, I'll tell you something, actually, ironic, because we're talking about altitude. We're talking about gassing out and pushing through it. When I was 19 years old, I cornered against Neil Magny in Australia, and my God, he did just that. He was so tough and gritty. He weathered the storm, and he came back and finished the fight. Unbelievable, and taught me a valuable lesson as a coach at a very young age that I take until today, So unbelievable legend right here.
Way to feel old right now.
So I asked Neil his thoughts on a pit submission series, and he said he has his gear in his car outside and that he's ready to grapple.
I would love it. It would be an absolute honor to have this guy, man. How many years have you been in the UFC now?
Going on 13 years now. 13
Exactly.
years UFC, 12 years in the top 10, top 15, top 5.
157 UFCs.
That's crazy. That's unbelievable. Yep.
So Neil, who's an ideal opponent when you think about potentially grappling in a pit like this?
Man, so for me, we about equal skill sets. I know there are guys that strictly train jiu-jitsu, strictly train wrestling, and that kind of thing. So for me, having another veteran fighter who trained multiple disciplines, get out there and just kind of test stuff in a one discipline aspect or whatever, I think that would be ideal. I mean, a guy like Phil Rowe, a guy like any one of those guys that compete at 170, 185, and would just go out there and just put the grappling to the test. I'm up for it.
I love it. I'm in for it, man. There's no argument there. Definitely. We'll get it done.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get it done. Of course. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I really would look forward to something like that happen. And it seems like that's the natural way that you can get some of these amazing fighters into the pit is with these grappling series.
Of course. Obviously, we love the UFC. When I first got hired as president of Karate Combat, the first thing I said is, guys, I coach a ton of UFC fighters. I want a good relationship with the UFC. And I'll take this position as long as we have a good partnership with the UFC. And we do. And thank God they allow their athletes to come here and grapple with us. And it's such an honor to have names like them. They're so professional and they're just so fun to watch. So really, really big honor to have them.
Didn't you fight Phil in MMA?
Yeah, I fought in MMA.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It's funny that name came to mind. It was a split decision win. It was a little bit too close for me. I highly doubt we'll get the rematch in MMA. So getting it done and grabbing will be ideal for me.
Wow, that's interesting. But you won that match, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they won that fight, but
yeah.
we're just too close to my likings.
I got you. Well, yeah, that would be a definitive right. You grapple with him too, give another chance, and that's a good story.
For
That's
sure.
a good storyline. Okay, I like that one.
So we've had Sam in the booth all night, and he's up there speaking right now, and he said he wants Rebellis next.
Oh my God, he's a psychopath. I love Sam, man, and he called me right away when he saw Robles. He said, "I want to fight him." And I said, "Look, man, we have a real heavyweight. The guy walks around 285. You fight 202. You don't even make light heavyweight. I can't feel good about putting a guy that's 80 pounds heavier against him. So what I'm gonna do instead is we have a heavyweight, the first ever inaugural heavyweight championship in Dubai. It's gonna be Sam Alvey versus Tyrone Spong.
Oh, wow.
If he can beat Tyrone Spong, I will give him Robles.
Has that been announced?
Whoa. No, it hasn't.
That is impressive. That is
Whoops.
oh my God.
Oh gosh, I'm really bad at this. Really bad
We'll
at
keep that
secrets.
one here because I asked Sam, and he
Yeah.
goes, "I don't think I can say."
Oh shit! Oh, I messed up. What have I done? What have I
You're
done?
good. It's only 17,000 people watching.
Oh,
You're good.
Oh my God. Well, hey, congrats, guys. Everyone knows now. Tyrone Spong is a living legend in kickboxing, if you don't know, and he's finally making his return after many years out. So a lot of people are curious, does he still have it? They call him the belt collector because every organization he goes to just collects that belt.
I love it. Phil also had a really good grappling match with Gordon Ryan, right?
Yeah, he against Gordon Ryan as well. He's been very active in the grappling community. Like you said, that name stood out to mind. Like, it's personal. Like, you know what I mean? It's a very specific name, very specific call out. Like, I love that.
Yeah, he didn't have to think about that one. I think he's been looking at the pit for a little bit here.
Definitely. I think it's easy work because Phil also messaged me a few days ago. Hey, I want to do another grappling match. I want to get out there. I want to get more active.
So Phil's messaging him a couple
yeah,
days
it
ago.
works out
Easy.
perfect.
Let's get this done.
It
Let's
works out
go.
perfect. It works out perfect. I gotta take a picture. I'm gonna send him a picture right now.
Let's go.
Let's send him a picture right now. Hey Phil, you ready for the smoke? You want the smoke, Phil? Hold on. Let's do a video actually. Phil, you want the smoke right here? I got Neil Magny. He wants you.
Let's go. The rematch 2.0. Let's get this thing done.
In the
Rematch.
pit.
Let's get it in the
Karate
pit.
Comment!
Let's go. He's gonna love that. Great.
That
Okay.
was awesome.
Who knew? I'm a BJJ
Yeah.
matchmaker.
Awesome, guys. Let me jump out. I gotta get someone in the other
Well,
booth.
you got Sam right here.
Oh,
You're-
Sam's taking me out. Sam, by accident, I slipped and announced your fight in Dubai.
We got it out
Oh
of
man,
him.
I was supposed to keep that a secret. It's okay. There's only like how many?
17,111.
Only 17,000.
You can blame me for it.
Go ahead, Sam.
President Awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Man, he never gets old. I love it. So, I think we just got a match confirmed for him in the grappling. I think President Awesome with Phil.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Right now? They're
just right now. So,
Really?
I told Prez that Neil told us that he has his gear in the car outside and he's ready to go. I don't. Go. Yeah. Pull. Okay. So I told him, I said, we asked Neil if he wants to get in the pin. He said his gear's outside. And I told Prez, and I said, Neil, who would you want to fight? And he had the answer right away. He said, I want to fight Phil right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
And Prez said, I was talking to Phil 2 days ago, and he wants to get in the pit.
They're doing it right now.
No, not right now. Not right now.
okay.
Probably one of the next cards. But Prez just pulled out his phone, took a video
Right.
of the three of us, and said, Phil, it's happening.
Okay.
And so I think we just made a match.
Oh, that is too cool. That is too. Neil, like everyone knows him as that high volume striker. He's got jujitsu that's just sneaky as can be too. I couldn't wait to watch him grapple.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see him get in there. It's kind of like maybe like an Aljamain Sterling kind of in there a little bit. I mean, very different fighter styles.
Yeah, I was gonna.
But like cool to see him coming from the
Oh, yeah.
UFC
Yeah.
in a similar, level of fighting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Aljo has a good time when he's in there. Everyone loves watching him.
Aljo, last Karate Combat when we were in Miami, got into my booth and brought out, he has a Funk Harbor, which is his new rum brand now. He was pouring everyone shots in
yeah?
here. He had Eric, who's Henry Cejudo's coach, and he
Okay.
was throwing them back.
Oh, that's fun.
So yeah, we were definitely having a lot of fun. But yeah, that was funny with Perez getting in here. I don't think he meant to spill the beans,
Oh,
but now we know you got a big fight coming up.
shoot. I was told over there I was supposed to.
You were supposed to spill.
Someone told me over there I was supposed to, yeah.
Perfect. Loudmouth jumping in here.
Here we go.
Loudmouth, he doesn't even need a microphone. We can just hear him.
Yeah, but I gotta have the headset to hear you guys.
I know it's an us problem, not a you problem.
What's
Loudmouth.
going on, champ?
Oh, my man, how's it going?
Man, it has been an electric night. A couple upsets from my opinion. A lot of knockouts, and this is a pretty fast event because all the knockouts.
It's been glorious. Now, we've been talking about the betting odds. All that. Betting odds have been pretty off. Like,
Big time.
minus 500 to go to a split decision kind of fight. I mean, it's crazy. This last one, it was a huge difference, and the underdog won.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So somebody won a lot of karate
Somebody made a
tokens.
lot of karate tokens.
Who's your tokens on, Loudmouth?
I lost. But, I lost on that one. I lost on that one. I mean, that they have an excellent gym. They have excellent trainers. Like that guy destroyed his man last fight. So I thought this is a lock. you
So
know?
I want to get your thoughts real quick on the Robellis odds. So Robellis opened up at a minus 4,000,
Wow.
and he's now minus 1,800,
Okay.
which means a lot of money's coming in on the underdog.
Well, at minus 4,000, you're just going to get people that want to put money on that.
Yeah,
They want to be part of that when Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey kind of thing. Like nobody thought she was going to win except the people that wanted to take that
They
chance.
wanted the juice.
Yeah.
All right, do you think we're going to see another 10-second knockout from
I think-
Robellis,
oh,
or
good.
are we going to be surprised again?
I don't know if it's going to be. Gosh, I mean, if you're his opponent and you've seen his last two fights, you got to just avoid him for 10 seconds just to
Yeah.
not be, hey,
Hey, no, so honestly, if I were to be in there right now, I would play with the altitude. I would wait till round 2 before I really engage.
I asked Perez for him to give you the fight next against Robellis.
What do you got against me? I thought we were friends.
I told him you can win 40, he'll cut 40, and you'll meet in the middle.
You know what Robellis' pronouns are? Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Oh my God! Fight of the night coming up. I'm pretty sure right here. I think people are about to go crazy for this one. Make sure to have your phones ready, your friends ready to go. Let's
Yeah. I'm
go.
gonna have to scoot this chair up because it is gonna be live. Oh, we got food coming in the booth.
Hot dog coming in hot.
Hot in the booth.
Delivery.
Eating wieners in the booth.
Woo! So mentally, how do you prepare yourself if you're Roger right here?
You trust your training. You know how good you are. You know the odds are against you, so on paper you don't have anything to lose.
Right.
But if you land that shot, you upset the odds, and people will remember your name forever. He has very little to lose and a lot to gain.
Here we go. The man, the myth, the legend.
Good God, he's big.
He's a friggin' giant.
And you know what's funny is he's been the smaller opponent in his last 2 fights too.
I know.
Oh.
That first it was like 6'11".
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was a lot looked like he was almost a foot taller than him.
Yeah. I
Came
thought it was
in
2
like
guys
one
in a
punch
trench coat.
done. I heard that this guy was in UFC. He didn't have a very good wrestling game, and so that was his downfall. Here, it's more kumite.
You don't have to worry
and so
about
he
it.
gets to just stand up and punch and kick, right?
You don't have to worry about the boring parts.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
seeing here he has every karate combat fight has been under a minute for him.
Oh, like
Five
under-
times he's knocked out in under 20 seconds.
yeah, he was under. It was under 4. It was 5 seconds the first fight he did, and it's been under I think 40 seconds. So get your cameras ready.
Do not blink. You will miss it.
Oh man, I feel it.
Let's go. All right.
There.
No!
Game.
No!
Oh my God.
No!
Oh
No!
my
Oh
God.
my
Oh my
Did he
goodness!
beat his record?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
that was
might
2
have been
seconds.
2 or 3 seconds.
Sam, you're gonna fight him one day.
Holy
God.
God! You getting in there?
His head is bleeding.
Oh no.
Yeah, on the
He
inside.
split his freaking wig.
Oh my!
On the inside,
God.
it's bleeding. Good golly.
Holy fuck!
We told everybody, get your
Yeah.
cameras out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Oh, you got the.
There you go. Bow.
Bang.
Yeah,
First
now.
punch.
I think is that right hand
Oh
ever
my
all of his
goodness.
last 3 fights.
Oh my God! One punch knockout, literally.
Good golly.
Split his wig like that.
He thinks it's a bad stoppage too, and I'm usually on the side of the. It was a good stoppage.
Well, maybe they should have kept it in mind at 4,000.
That's what people lost the money tonight.
Oh my God, that was insane.
Was it 2 seconds? I mean, was it honestly 2 seconds?
It was.
I was gonna say,
close.
how long is your video over there?
Oh, let's see here. Let's not count before they hit though.
I have a guy that writes notes for me for fights. He said, I'm done writing notes for the fights for him. It's a waste of my time. He goes, just a 5-second
All right.
knockout.
All right.
That's the first hit, right?
All right. Oh, dag nap.
So let's see.
I mean, this guy's a top-ranked heavyweight.
Yeah. He honestly, he wasn't that much smaller than Robelis.
He's held belts with 4 different regional promotions.
Oh, man.
Look at him shaking his head. He knows. He's like, there's nothing I could have done.
Yeah. How do you stop that?
Robelis is goddamn big. So how many seconds? Did we get an official count? I wish I'd been watching.
My whole video is 11 seconds, and it was right before they started.
Do they
walking in.
count? Do they count? I guess there's
when the bell rings.
yeah. Okay. Because they were waiting a minute there, or it's a couple seconds.
Wow. It was a counter punch.
Oh,
It
my
wasn't- He wasn't
God.
aggressive. He was countering the jab.
The first one just stunned him.
Yeah, man, oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's like taking a cinder block to the
Oh.
side of the head.
They got the crowd.
Look at her mouth. Look at her mouth.
Good golly. He's going to fight again next month.
I mean, just keep going, right? He hasn't taken any damage in 3 fights.
Yeah.
He hasn't even taken a punch.
I hope his hand is okay.
Yeah, right.
I told you his pronouns was B545.
My God, what a bad man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hey, good fight, brother. That was beautiful. Yeah, thank
Legend.
you. Oh. Good golly.
glad he got out of that league that he had to wrestle in. So, Sam, you didn't answer me.
What?
You going to fight him one day?
I have never said no to a fight, not once. In
I
my
didn't think you would. I didn't think you
illustrious
would.
career.
I've been trying to push it ever since I watched his first fight. He's punching. His opponent's just punching himself in the cheek. Like, I'm good. I'm good. He was like, pop, 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 pop. But he's mad, I guess. I guess he wanted to keep fighting.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have gone well for him.
He'll watch it back and he'll see it. But no
Oh my
fighter likes to be
gosh.
stopped.
Yeah, there was no chance there. That was not one of the bad stoppages of the night.
No.
No, that was a good one.
Wait, is he speaking English?
No.
I was gonna say didn't hear a translator.
Leo's translating.
You notice
Well,
they,
it made it a short night. Our after party is going to start early. That's amazing.
dude, everything's a knockout.
It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, man.
We got one more fight in a grappling match. This is the fastest karate combat I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's gotta
fastest
be. I
one.
mean, everyone's been knocked out.
Because
Might be
even
the
if
altitude.
the
Bro, it's
next,
not even 9 p.m.
And you know what's
even if the
funny?
next 2 fights go every round possible, it's still going to be the fastest karate combat ever.
So there's only 2 fights left. Well, no, wait. We have the pit submissions too.
Yeah,
There's only one.
One fight.
Oh, there's only one pit submission. Well, it's gonna be a good one, I think. They got it.
He could fight in the first fight and then fight the main event.
Yeah.
The main event.
That's how they should do it. Maybe with one in the middle too.
Why don't we just put 2 guys against him? Sam, you're the only real fighter in this booth right now. What do you think? Technicalities? What do you see there?
He's got a hell of a now. He's got that lower guard. He's got the traditional martial arts, the taekwondo background.
Yes.
His guard is lower, so it comes from an angle people aren't used from seeing. Instead of coming from my face, it's coming from the hips, from the belly button for him,
Yeah.
and then it's just a clobber.
Look at that. Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous.
See,
Bow.
it's coming low.
Oh my gosh, that was so vicious.
It's hard to
He
react.
split his head open right there.
Yeah, and it's quick.
No, some pit submissions next. Then Arturo.
Yeah, it just comes so quick.
Well, look at Boss's head. Boss's mind is blown.
Man, who's gonna fight him next?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of know what you're signing up for there.
Yeah,
Maybe we can get the 7-foot Crypto Crow guy that fought in the first IFC. He knocked the guy out like that.
Oh.
And then,
Now, all three of his opponents had the same game plan. I'm going to meet him in the middle and get punched in the face real hard. They need to get a different game plan. Let's not meet in the middle. Let's play outside a little bit. The first man he fought, who was taller by 3 or 4 inches, came in looking to strike and just didn't throw anything. Like, he got in there quick and then fell over. Everyone else has been a little timid, but you got to throw with it. You got to keep something, make him look without being in the. You got to realize he's got the longest arms in. Shoot, maybe combat sports. You got to take that to play.
Yeah, absolute insanity.
That was cool. I wouldn't be brave enough to somersault into the cage.
I'd love to see
Or
the
the pit.
Wagner fight again.
What's that?
Wagner?
Okay, yeah.
He's an animal. Ooh.
I like how Karate Combat puts the jiu-jitsu at the end or at the beginning. I know. Have a go. Yeah, I love how they do that at the beginning or the end. One FC, they mix in jiu-jitsu with it, and it throws off the pace of the night.
Yeah, you got to start or end.
Yeah,
Do you prefer when it starts or ends with it?
I like it when it ends.
So
I'm good with it. I like the IFC at the beginning. I like the jiu-jitsu at the end.
me
Jiu-jitsu
too.
isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. So they're free to watch or not watch it, beat traffic, or watch it.
I think the reason that they do it at the end as well is because this is free on YouTube and everything, people go and they watch playback.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that you see is that first fight.
Okay.
And so they want it to be something with action, and a
Okay,
lot
that
of back
makes
and
sense.
forth.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. See, y'all know the YouTube world way better than me.
Is what we do.
Yeah, you guys do it
Showbiz.
well.
Yeah, showbiz. Right?
How many people were watching? Did we get to 150
we're about to hit
million?
18,000
All
right there.
right, fantastic.
Yeah, so we're coming up on 18,000.
Well,
To be honest,
we have 18,000. Let me tell you about this thing I'm running.
let's do it.
I've got an online training program. It's School, SKOOL.
Yeah,
Smile
Alex
and
Hormozes.
striking. Yeah. And I've got a big striking program. Karate Combat champion, soon to be 2 division champion. And
Soon to be.
yeah. And I'm training people. I have a lot for free, and we just offered the paid subscription too. But there is a ton for free, and it is a really good community. So any of you that want to learn to strike a little bit better, follow me. It's Smile and Striking on School.
Okay, so they got to go to school, and then it's Smile and Strike.
Smile and Striking.
Smile and
Yeah,
Striking.
or you follow me on Instagram. You see it there too.
What's your Instagram handle?
Smile and Sam.
There you go. Easy
Yeah.
enough to find. Go ahead and check it out. Smile and Sam. You do anything on Twitter?
I need to get better at Twitter. I want to fight with people too much.
Listen, I mean,
It's
you're a fighter.
I got off Facebook because I couldn't keep myself under control. So Twitter, I check it when I'm bored. But
Yeah.
I want to respond to everyone. It's,
We do a lot of shows on Twitter. We do live shows. We bring
Okay.
fighters on. We have conversations.
I love it. Keith Berry, he does a lot of it. I've done it a few times.
He's my
with him.
boy.
Yeah, I've done it a few times with him. And I
He was in your
enjoy it.
corner last
Yeah,
time
he
you
cornered
fought.
me last time. This next fight I've got coming up in Dubai, which I wasn't supposed to tell anyone apparently. He's opened up his house to me again, so I'll be training out by him again.
That's epic. That's
Yeah.
epic. Do you like fighting in Dubai?
So I fought in the UAE, never Dubai at the other end.
Got it. Kuwait
Abu Dhabi.
or Abu Dhabi? Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. I loved it. Now I went during Flight Island, so there's no people. I didn't experience anything other than a location.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, it's a beautiful country.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. I'm looking forward to getting over there and seeing it.
All right. Looks like we've got our
The pit submission.
Okay, so they're doing the pit submission before
Okay.
they're doing the finale. It seems
Oh,
like.
cool.
All right, we got more water coming in. We got more food. You want some
man.
food?
I've actually got a sandwich in there I forgot about.
All right. 2 more to go. All right, I've been looking forward to this one. I think that this is going to be a really, really fun grappling match.
Yeah. So I fought Brendan Allen. Yeah. So
You fought him?
I did. I was 3 days notice up a weight class. I fought him. He stepped in because I think it was his teammate stepped out. Maybe it wasn't his. It was something like that. And yeah, I had a really good first round and a really bad second round.
I want to see. I want to see Wagner fight AJ. In there, I think that'd be really good because they talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, I agree.
So I know you actually, sorry to ask questions while you're eating. You do a lot of cameos, and I know you used to troll some UFC fans on the cameos. Any memorable ones?
The trolling ones are always the hardest for me because it's not in me to do it.
Yeah.
But they want me to do it, so I assume it's in good fun. I'll do 3, 4, 5 takes until I get the one that I like. But I enjoy it so much. I get a lot of birthdays or anniversaries.
Cairo's throwing out glasses to the crowd.
He's throwing them kind of hard.
Well, he's in the Nerd Squad, right?
Oh yeah, I think he's the king of the nerds.
Have you seen their record in the UFC?
No.
So there's 4 of them or 5 of them, right?
Oh yeah.
Like 19-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
Yeah, they haven't lost a single one of them. They got the glasses going. He's fucking ripped. He's
Super nice. I only met him at the weigh-ins, and we were chatting for a while. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
And he's shredded too.
Oh my God. Your money's on him?
I have no idea about grappling.
Yeah. It's never easy to tell.
I'm never going to bet on grappling. I'm never going to bet on a girl fight.
I will say Brendan Allen's about a 2-1 underdog.
Nice. Some money to be made for someone. Here we go.
That's a nice little plum. This is.
We become the food booth.
He got late on us.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It got late early.
Oh, yeah. Let me move that.
Oh, it's tight. It's tight. It's tight.
Oh, boy.
It's getting tighter. He's pranking on his neck right now.
I never encourage going for
Boss
guillotine.
man himself. Welcome in. You never encourage going for those?
Guillotines, they don't work. When they do, awesome, but they don't work, and you end up on bottom. I'm not a fan of them.
I love that Justin Gaethje fight where he just kept on trying to throw the guillotine. He goes, I know it's not going to work. Just like throwing it. Oh, that was a nice move.
It was a little bit. Was it a slap? I think it was a slap that he didn't mean to do.
No. I think he was like patting him, like nice job getting out of that.
Oh, I thought I saw a little slap on the way. Not intentional, but like USA.
Welcome into the booth. Can he hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
I was waiting for Arturo because I'm his teammate. I was going to talk a lot more during this fight.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. You hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear.
Chris Keeley here. How we doing? Head of security for Karate Combat.
Chris, I love it.
Happy to be here. Some big boys on the mat right now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going at it.
Sam Alvey big, but pretty big.
Not Sam Alvey big, but like you said, pretty big.
They're close.
He put coach in a chokehold. I was like, well, I don't know what to do in this situation right now.
So, talk to us a little bit about the fight that you're looking forward to seeing next.
So I'm looking forward to Arturo. You know, he's Chilean. I mean, one of the toughest guys that I've seen at Go Shed. I myself train at Go Shed.
He's the only Chilean champion currently?
Currently, yes.
Yeah.
And like I'll tell you, I'll show up to Go Shed at 6 a.m. I'll show up at 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 10 p.m. And he's there every hour.
He's a
training.
baller.
I mean, he lives, breathes. So I'm really excited to see what he does.
So tell me your real thoughts on Jesus Lopez.
So my real thoughts is I think first of all he was just scared. Like he made some good points. Like you have the best weight right now to cut. You have the perfect amount of time. It wasn't a lot of weight. Let's talk about this. Questions that weren't asked. Where you want maybe some performance-enhancing drugs. What it does is it retains water weight. You can't lose muscle mass as fast.
Wow.
So you can't make that 7 to 17 pound cut within 2 days if you're on some PEDs. So was he willing to take a drug test? No. So that was sketchy. Second of all,
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear.
Second of all, your opponent is 2 pounds heavier than you, and you're worried that you're going to go to the hospital. He has to go through the same hell plus 2 pounds more.
Yeah, he was heavy.
So basically, I think what he wanted was not to lose in the pit, but to just basically take an L outside of it, go home undamaged. He took a lot of money up front, did some very, I would say, just scumbag things like order a ton of room service.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just.
Did he really? Man, it keeps coming out. Like, I know they give him the stipend at the beginning of the week, the $600, whatever.
So he gave him $600, and then guess what he does? He gets mad about not wanting to be a true professional fighter and represent the sport how you should as a professional. So he orders $1,800 of room service in one night. How is that even possible?
Did he really?
What the fuck?
It's just
17
he
lobsters?
took kindness.
How much porn was he watching?
Yeah, Gina Valentino on tap.
God.
He took the president's kindness and he looked at it as a weakness, and now it's a big mistake.
Yeah, I think Perez might have had a little mindset shift coming out of that one.
I mean, I see him maybe maybe being a garbage collector next job or something like that. But
Not a fighter.
I mean, he's gonna have to pick his trash up himself and put him in the trash. I mean,
Yeah, but no testing, no PED testing.
he didn't want
so,
to. He didn't want to do
he'll be good
anything. He didn't want to do the weight cut. He was worried about going to the hospital. Your opponent is 2 pounds more than you. You have the advantage already. You know what I mean? It just, to me, he was scared to fight. Like Albie said, you came in at the perfect weight. Any fighter would love to have had that little to cut.
Sure. What was it, 10 pounds?
He had 7 pounds to cut.
7
Because
pounds?
they agreed at Alturo agreed at a catch weight of 140. He had 7 pounds to cut.
And I mean, what have you cut in a day before a fight?
22 pounds in 24 hours. That's my record.
Yeah, and we have people like
Psycho.
our gym.
Yeah, never again. But when I fought Ross Levine, I cut 17 pounds in about the same time. That was rough. Like, I'm not doing that again either.
But also, he comes and he says 135, then he says 140, then he can't make 140, so he's like 142. Then he doesn't want to give his purse up. Oh, you don't want to give your purse up? How about just make weight?
Yeah.
Arturo's ready to make weight, and so
Arturo's our true professional.
it was, Karate Combat being very kind and friendly to the fighters, and trying to show them that we love them. And sometimes when you show people love and you get spit on, it's gonna come back. But
How'd you get this job?
so I work out at Coach's gym.
Go Shed?
Yeah, Go
Soon
Shed.
to be the bunkhouse at Go
Yeah.
Shed.
And basically, I'm just pretty big size guy, and I love throwing myself in the middle of stuff. So I'm not
You got that look.
yeah, I'm ready to just get into the kind of the danger. I kind of like it. I feel comfortable in uncomfortable situations, so that's why I like doing this.
I'll be honest. When I first saw you, I thought you were Alex Pereira's bodyguard.
So when he's here, I'm with him the whole time. So
Yeah.
he's
And then I told him that, and he goes, Alex Pereira's a bodyguard?
he definitely doesn't need one. You know what I mean? But I would say something about Alex Pereira is he is the most humble, the nicest guy I've ever been a bodyguard for in my life.
Do you speak any Portuguese?
Do I? No. And we connected. He was such a good guy to me, so nice to me. I've done security for, I'm saying, so many people in Hollywood. He was the most down-to-earth, nicest guy. I mean, I gained the most of my respect from him I've ever had.
I heard he's a good seamstress too, right?
So yeah, so he's so nice to the point where, okay, one time I had to jump in the pit to break up a fight because we thought they were going to keep going, and I actually ripped my pants all the way down the seam. So I'm going to take Alex, escort him to the bathroom and make sure fans don't go. He sees a big rip in my pants. He goes, "Oh shit, bro! Hold on 1 second." He runs to the ref, gets taped. We go in the bathroom. I take my pants off. He puts them inside out. And he takes a good 20 minutes making sure the seam is, perfectly put back together. So my pants were fixed. And he was just doing this for me just as a nice guy.
Yeah.
It was my second interaction with
He's a
him.
gem.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
Are you going to the fight?
So I'll see. I got a pregnant wife at home, so right now I'm dealing with a lot of hormonal fights. So
Oh, you're on camera. You can't say that.
I know she's not watching.
He's like, we're 3 hours in.
People are
She
going to
tuned
tag
out.
her on Twitter and show.
No,
I know. My name's John Smith. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't give any ideas.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about this pit submission right now?
It's been a fun match. I'm not a huge fan of watching jiu-jitsu, but this has been fun.
I'm like you. I like the striking. I like to see them fall asleep before they even hit the ground.
Yeah.
And
We've seen like 3 of those tonight or something.
they were awesome.
I think more than 3.
I mean, what do you think about the Mexican fight with the Anvar?
Yeah, that was a huge one because that was a big upset.
That was I was thinking, oh, Anvar's going to Dubai, stuff like that, and then I mean he got.
Yeah, it was. We were talking before. I thought the odds were off. I said I watched the 2 fight. Thought the odds were wrong. No, Envoy was that. Yeah, he hits hard. So much faster. It's speed versus power at that
He hits
point.
very hard, and sometimes speed is power.
Oh, yeah,
in
he does.
a lot of sports, even football, any sport. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But that guy, he fought De Playa de Carmen. And one thing I'll tell you about Mexican fighters is they are tough. Like they're hard to knock out. You can hit them, and they just keep coming at you.
Were you doing security when they had RFK in here?
When they had RFK in here?
Yeah, RFK was on the mic.
That's when I fought.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah.
That must have been a fun night. A lot of Secret Service.
So actually, so what happened was the Playa de Carmen was so hot on the beach, we couldn't have all the fighters warming up there. So we had to basically transport them one by one. So I barely got to even see the fight. So I was making sure each fighter was getting there, stayed cool until they, go to the planks and break their foot and still, dog it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't tell anybody, but it goes in there, no excuses. That's real champion.
I told my team, I said, if I lose, don't tell a soul I broke my foot. Don't tell a soul.
That's a real fighter. Then we got a guy who lose 7 pounds. He's like, we're going to the hospital. Well, you're going to the hospital either 2 ways. You fight Otero, you're going to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Or you can try to cut your weight and go to the hospital. Get an IV for some water. What are you talking about?
I don't know. How much grappling do you do?
So I started my career as a wrestler like when I was 4 years old. So for me, I never really got into the grappling aspect of it. I always was like a pretty strong double leg takedown, and then I like to follow with the hammer fist.
Yeah.
So I don't like rolling around too much. I like to stand up, play.
Yeah.
But like say I see someone like Robellis, I'm trying to go to the ground as fast as possible.
Yeah. So that was Robellis's. Did we get an official time?
We didn't get official time, but let me say this: in the last 3 fights, he's been in the pit 3 times. And I'd say he's had about the total amount of seconds in the pit. Maybe he's been there for like 15 seconds.
So first one was 4 seconds, last one was 8 seconds. So I don't know about this one yet, but I've called all 3 of them, and I honestly have not had time to call.
I'd say he hasn't been in the pit for more than 20 seconds in 3 fights.
Yeah,
total.
Oh, it's intimidating.
It's like I think we should do like if you can make it in the second round, you get this bonus.
Yeah.
Type thing now,
Well, they'll just start running.
I mean, remember Mike Tyson back in the day?
They're going to start running, Danny. They should start running now.
It's like Pacquiao Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, what would your game plan be against a big guy like that? Coming from you have a big size, but that's a big height and reach.
He's bigger than me by 20, 30 pounds.
I think more than that.
Yeah, we were saying that here in Colorado, I wouldn't engage round 1. Round 1 would be a boring round. I would kick, I'd make him come at me. I would let the altitude try and take a toll on him. Round 2, I would start engaging a little more, circling hard to his left, my right, trying to stay on the outside of his friggin' lead.
Okay.
That cross is what landed every time.
Every time he hits them right there, and they're just
right
shook.
there, and they fall over.
So you'd use the altitude to kind of break them down
If
slowly.
I was fighting in Colorado, I would try and slow him down slightly. See, it's speed is power. Dude's throwing it fast.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to row it. I wouldn't be able to.
So say we weren't at this elevation. Would it be almost the same game plan too?
It would be similar. I would engage more round 1 because again, his size. I've not seen him go more than 4 seconds. I have no idea if he'll get tired, but I would engage more. I would try to. I would still circle hard, stick that jab, try and make him throw more, try and miss more.
Oh, I would love to see his power in like the 3rd round. Like, is it as powerful?
Right, right. You can't stay the same speed come round 3. You just can't. Unless you're Max Holloway or Neil Magny.
You know better than anybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting.
That's also why, like, if you're gonna have the pit matches, it's fun to get people like Neil in there, right, and others, because it brings eyes.
Well, do you guys remember Mexico City when the guy jumped off the top of the pit through the armbar and he could almost broken his neck? I mean, he was like 10 feet in the air.
I don't remember that one.
So it was in the right corner, right? The guy jumps off the wall, like as high as he can in the air, grabs the guy's by the armbar and lands on his back.
Was this the one where he finished him?
Right there.
I know. I don't think it was Mexico City because I think I called that one. I think it was somewhere.
I was with Pierre on that one. I think
was
it was
Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there was a different one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Where the guy did a similar move where he kind of used the wall and
like Craig Jones used to walk right against Philly Fresh UFC.
Yes. How you feel? He's not feeling so good, is he?
So what round are we in right now?
That was end of round 2.
That was round 2.
So
only 2 rounds, right?
No, it's 3.
Oh, it's 3.
One more 5-minute round. I believe.
So what do you think about this guy that stepped up for Altero? I mean, we found the number 3 in Colorado.
Yeah, power
know-
to him. Dude's got fast pendulum balls.
I'd say it's
Step
some
up.
freaking balls.
And
So-
deal,
so
but
did this
16-hour notice. I'm in.
Has this dude been like training?
So that's the thing. We don't know much. We don't know if he just got this call and he's number 3, but he might have been out of camp.
I got
eating
some
nachos
info
on
on
the
him for
couch.
you, actually. We put together as much as we could. So, local prospect Zach Riley steps up on 24-hour notice after Jesus Lopez bitches out and refuses to even make weight after getting half his person in advance, despite starting off lighter than Arturo, who made weight like a professional like he always does. All right, that's sentence 1. Perez announced Lopez will never compete in this promotion again. All right, sorry. Okay, Zach. All right, Zach has competed in promotions like CCC, Lights Out, Fury, FC, RFA, NSEL, 7-2 as an amateur, 9-7 as a pro. A lot of experience.
Okay, so that's a lot of he'll be used to the crowd and he'll be used to the energy. That won't take his energy away.
Yeah, nicknamed the Anointed One, Karate Combat debut. He's a local here, trains out of Pariah MMA, and is ranked number 3, like you said, in his weight class in the regional circuit.
Okay, so what's do we have his hardest opponent he's ever faced? Do you know who that is?
Let me see. I have a guy who's doing research on the back end.
Yeah, let's get
if you can
IT
find me
on
hardest opponents real quick, that would be great. Also, I guess it was only 2 rounds at 5 minutes because they just ended it and they just gave it to Kaio.
Okay, so now it's going to be Altero and it's going to be
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's main event time.
By the way, interesting little thing here. UFC just cut all these guys. I don't know if that means much. Uniton Levy, Taylor Lipis. Do you think any see these guys in the pot, in the pit? Any of them stand out to
I
you?
don't recognize any of the names.
Nobody? Cool. All right, just a little thing that I was getting. Austin Bashi.
I heard Bashi.
Oh, by the way, the flying triangle was Daniel Safler in Utah.
Oh, so Utah was the pair. That's why I got
Yeah.
confused. So
Bashi was cut.
Austin Bashi. Let me check.
There you go, right here.
Really, he was just signed.
that's what I thought. I thought
Yeah.
I just saw an article that said Bashi.
Yeah, I mean,
Ironically, Austin Bashi just recently fought Zach Riley, the guy tonight.
Oh, he was saying, okay, that's
Yeah,
what he was saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Austin, he wasn't saying he was cut. Austin Bashi was his most recent opponent.
Yeah.
To Zach Riley.
Oh wow. Okay.
Jerome Rivera, Boston.
And he beat him,
Salmon.
I think.
Okay. So what's your guys' opinion on this next fight? How many rounds is he going to go? And
I love Arturo. I think it's going to be a first round. I mean,
Yeah.
he always jumps in my booth after, too. We have a lot of fun.
I don't like to talk with my heart because he's one of my teammates. But from a fight aspect, I think we might be seeing a funeral.
My guy was like, Austin Bashi was not cut.
Yeah.
all right, guys.
So this guy hadn't fought for 7 years, and then he fought May 31st, 2024. He has a 7-year
His
gap.
last pro fight before that was 2017.
So now he's another 2-year gap.
About a year, yeah. A little bit less than a year.
It's gonna.
Well, he looked in shape at the press conference. He looked
Zach?
pretty in shape.
Oh, it looks like he's trained to go.
Yeah,
Ready,
yeah.
stays ready,
He,
as any professional should. Unlike the guy that pulled out.
So most of his wins have come by submission, though. So that does not bode well for kickboxing.
That's not very good for
Karate
fighting in the
combat.
pit because this is a striking league.
Yeah, 3 of his wins by submission.
I tell you what, taking a fight like I was gonna say Bashi, like Altero did on such short notice, can throw a guy off too. He can be overconfident. He can, oh, this guy's smaller than me. This guy's at 12 million, and come in a little sloppy. It's very possible.
But what I love about Turo is he loves his fans. So he was like, I'm not gonna let them down. And I heard him say word for word. He was giving a couple opponents. He said, I'll fight any fucking buddy. I want to give my fans a show.
Yeah.
And that's why he's a dog. He's a real true fighter. He makes weight. He cuts. He gets out here early enough, and he doesn't use any excuses. When we heard him in the press conference, those weren't excuses. Those were, I'm scared.
Yes.
I'm not willing to cut.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this is undoable. It was I'm not willing to. I don't want to.
Hey, he should have, even if he didn't make weight, just make it look like you did.
Try.
Yeah.
Respect the sport. It was a complete middle finger to all of mixed martial arts.
I mean, I'm not a fighter, but I can lose 7 pounds if I need to. Like, it's not
Yeah.
that hard.
I
got
could
thousands
make a
of dollars on the line,
bathroom
you
break
lose
right now and
7
lose 5 right
Yeah,
now.
right?
Shave my head. I'll do what I gotta do. You do what you do. I've seen people with like 7% body fat lose like 18 pounds overnight.
Yeah.
What weight do you usually fight at?
So I sit around like when I'm just like, not like trying to cut around 230, 235. And so I'll drop down to 205. It's like the lightest. Like I literally look like I just like relapse off drugs. I'm like skinny as hell. Like I look sick, but I'll go down to 205.
Sitting at
Yeah,
230.
yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah. So I sit at 230. When I'm really lifting weights and stuff, I go to like 250, but A healthy weight
Christ.
for me is 230 because my heart likes it, my organs like it more.
How tall are you?
I'm about 6'1".
Nice.
I give myself 6'1", probably 6.5, but
They keep trying to get me to fight IFC.
why
Do
not?
it.
Why not jump
Do it.
in?
I'm like 6'2", 200,
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, you're cool.
So you jump down to what? 170, one.
maybe 180.
I would say 170.
You think 170?
Right now you're 190.
No, I'm like 200.
Oh, then say you're a month and a half, 170.
Sounds fun.
I mean, a lot of the IFC fighters that jumped in, they were like a little hesitant.
I'm trying to bulk right now.
Oh, you trying to bulk?
I'm
So
trying to
eat.
get to like 215.
Oh, you want to? Okay, let's go then.
Yeah.
Dirty bulk or clean?
No, clean
Yeah.
bulk. Yeah, but it's hard when I'm traveling, man.
Oh, it's very
These
hard.
conferences fuck it up.
It's hard. And I
I
got the
end up eating
McDonald's app.
nachos in the booth.
I buy a Big Mac, I get like another Big Mac for free. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm eating like 4 or 5 Big Macs a week.
I know. Also, I live in Puerto Rico,
Oh, nice.
so
Okay.
when I come here, Chipotle and Chick-fil-A, they're not things in Puerto Rico.
oh,
So I come here and I just eat.
I've had Chick-fil-A 4 times a day since I got here. It's right next to my hotel.
we had a feast yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh man, you guys been down to Puerto Rico at all?
I've never been there. No.
Beautiful.
I've done a lot of security in Puerto Rico, and I love Puerto Rico. It's very
love
beautiful,
it.
very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Part
and
of the United States. The
Exactly.
people are awesome.
the best. Latin.
And they got some good fighters. I mean, there's some
They do.
good
They
Puerto
do.
Rican some good fighters out
That,
there.
the longer they've been part of the U.S., the better athletically they seem to have gotten. Yeah,
Definitely. I mean, yeah, they're a tough island,
they
But
are.
what's your favorite part of Puerto Rico?
I live right outside San Juan.
Oh, San
I
Juan?
live in
Oh,
like
nice.
Isla Verde.
Okay.
But I've explored a little bit. I've made my way around the island. I love the rainforest.
Oh, the rainforest, the waterfalls, the slides. It's
Exactly.
beautiful.
Are you in the Paul brothers, buddies?
No.
They
but
live there too,
They
right?
do. They live in Dorado, like 30 minutes from me.
You go hit them up.
Yeah, hit them up. Do some
Offer 'em
YouTube
training
together.
partners. Yeah.
No, they bring people out there all the time, and they bought like a very big house out there
Yeah,
a few years ago. But,
yeah, they live like 30 minutes from me.
yeah. So it's good because I think if you come from the United States, you get a lot of tax.
Oh,
benefits.
I don't have to really pay taxes anymore.
Exactly.
I don't pay federal taxes, state
Yeah.
taxes.
Years ago, I got to train with Logan Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went to his house in L.A. Or just outside L.A. Massive.
Massive,
Oh
right?
man, they had an Olympic-sized boxing ring in their living room.
No shit.
Yeah, and we did our rounds, and that
The
was
most
great.
Paul
So
thing
coming
I've
from
ever
like
heard.
a professional fighter, like, what's your opinion on Logan and his actual skills?
I think he's incredibly athletic.
Okay, so he's
Yeah.
a good athlete.
I think he's very athletic, which will take you a long way in the sport. I know this was 7 years ago, so he's way better now at boxing
Oh,
than he
for
was
sure.
then. I was before his first fight. So he's way better now than he was. He was very athletic. He hit hard. And I damn near broke his jaw, and I didn't mean to. But he came back to finish the round. Like, he could have sat out, and I threw a
So
jab.
he's
and he,
tough.
like,
He's a
had
tough.
to-
He's a tough
yeah,
guy.
dude, I'm sorry. And his boxing coach actually yelled, "What are you doing?" I threw a jab. It was nothing. He walked into it like everyone says when you hit too hard. So he walked into it. It wasn't me. He took a set. He came back. We finished the round, which is really impressive to me because people don't do that.
That's what I heard. I actually heard a couple times because I think he trained at Ghost Shed a couple times in one other gym, and one of the guys told me, I said, is he, a real tough guy? And they said a couple times he got dropped, and I mean, he stood right back up and was like, ready to go. And I was like, all right, so, but they did good for themselves. They built a big following around before they ever got into fighting.
Oh, yeah.
So, when you get that and you get all these resources that, some people that coming from like Arturo where you're sleeping under a cage,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Then you get sent millions of dollars of resources. I mean, you're gonna get good quick.
Yeah, you can pay for the best of everything. You can have an Olympic-sized boxing in your living room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Arturo's a crazy story too, because he was relatively unknown. What, a year ago?
he came. He fought in the Miami Mansion, right? He was maybe a couple thousand Instagram followers, and then lit the kid up. Next fight, he's just knocking people out. He's coming out. He has all this energy, and he's the type where he comes from Chile. He's not the type where I have 3 or 4 or 5 fights a year. He has 3 or 4 a month. He used to fight 30 fights in a year. So for him, he's like, bro, I'll fight in January, March, April. Give me one in May, June. So he's a pure dog, for the sport. So that's why I love watching him fight. That's why I'm glad that you guys let me announce during one of my tonight's fights. And he's gonna put on a show, and his other opponent really disrespected him. So I was really looking forward to seeing him, kind of daddy him, give him a little spanking. But now he has respect for this opponent, so we're gonna see him
fight respectfully, and you're going to see a vicious animal still.
Bro, it would have been crazy if they had ended up still getting in the ring.
Oh yeah, I don't think I would have this headset on. I think I'd be, on the side ready to break up a fight that shouldn't be happening.
I remember. I mean, corners might have been going at it.
Oh yeah.
And it was nice. He didn't get too disrespectful. Like he was pissed, and he should be, but he didn't do anything like I wouldn't have done.
He said it what it was. He basically like in
Yep.
Spanish, so my wife is Venezuelan, so I sent her a video. She goes, "Oh my god," he basically said you're a fucking pussy. You know what I mean? But respectfully, he was being one.
Oh yeah. Huh?
It's like,
Hey, $1,800 in room service, unrespectfully. He's been.
let me tell you, how do you even do that? I ordered room service for the first time last night. I was like, you know what? I've been working hard. I'm gonna treat myself to a steak. It was $44. You have one other person in your room and you spent $1,800. Like,
Yeah.
that was just saying like the last fuck you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I
sure.
mean, that was just go out at least with some dignity and with some class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You basically left with zero class.
I would. I mean, and I'm sure President Austin be doing it. I'd blacklist the gym.
Oh,
You know,
he's blacklisted, I think, from every
I know
organization.
he is. I'm saying the gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think the gym is done. They will never compete with karate combat again.
Oh no, I don't think what league would want to pay somebody that just saw them manipulate, take
Yeah.
money, and then back out of a fight because you're 7 pounds over with over 48 hours to cut it.
Yeah.
So do you think maybe he was maybe on some performance enhancing drugs that he just thought I can't get it because I'm retaining too much water and I can't cut it.
He would need to be on like every performance.
I mean, he looked
only
tighter
7
than
pounds.
he used to be.
It's only 7 pounds though. 7 pounds. I mean, you'd have to be on everything, like actively injecting or taking or doing.
That's just what's so like disrespectful is 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, and considering the long-term consequences now, right, that he's facing, you have to imagine it was something that was going to be pretty bad. But I don't know. Who knows?
Oh no, it was. Look, if I watched Arturo's last 5 fights and I'm him, maybe I'm like, all right, fuck this. If I'm not a real fighter, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you should have never entered the industry. Go
Right.
sell software or something there. I don't know. Go be a yes man to somebody. But you're not a lion. You're a sheep.
Right.
And so go join the herd and let the lions tell you where to go and where you can sleep at night.
Yeah. I mean, that's something he has to justify to his kids the rest of his life.
By the way,
they never Google his name.
is this true? I'm being told that Arturo wanted to still fight Lopez at 145, and Perez said no.
He was ready to. He literally was like, fuck it. I just want to. He got pissed. So I believe that he was ready to go 145. But the thing was, we were starting to think, is he doing this on purpose to have an advantage size wise? Like, is he just trying to extend it as long as possible until we say, okay, let's just do 145. So he goes in there with a bigger hitting hand. He knows Arturo was trying to cut to 135, so now he's more nervous and he's trying to have the upper hand.
Right.
So we think he was trying to play that card, and we just didn't give it to him at the end. So then he just backed out.
Yeah.
And
No, I think it's the right call. President Austin, tell him not to fight. Just don't let it happen.
And I come from his gym. He really looks out for his fighters. I mean, we sleep there. We got food. We got water. We got everything you need.
I'm gonna try to pop down when I'm in Miami next.
Oh,
Invite him
yeah.
to come through.
And he'll let you come in and you come in for free or fun. You mess around. Like he likes people in there. He likes the sport. So when you let someone so nice, and then you kind of take advantage of them like that,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be allowed in any organization ever again. He shouldn't be allowed to coach kids soccer.
That he's gonna be in a gladiator challenge the rest of his career. He's gonna fight the guy in row 1A.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah. He's gonna be. Okay, so we got the badass from Colorado coming out.
badass. I like that nickname.
12-hour notice,
Fighting the champ.
fighting the champ who is knocking people out
Yeah.
almost every fight.
Yeah.
What an
Only one of his
opportunity.
fights didn't go the distance.
And he looks calm as a cucumber.
See, that's what I meant. Like when you showed me how many fights he's been in, all the organizations he's fought in, the one thing I wasn't worried about was him getting drained of energy from the crowd, from being in the spotlight
Yeah,
what everyone's here to see this fight. So
Looks
and he
good.
looks calm. He looks like he's ready to go. He looks professional.
Yeah.
So
And
very
he's the number
impressive.
3 ranked fighter in Colorado.
And Colorado's some tough people. I mean, it's
Oh, man.
not,
It is
it's not
a fight state.
a wimpy state. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
you
like
know.
Vegas, California, Colorado, and Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Those are-
they throw hands.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, in Florida, there's a lot of guns.
Texas not in there.
Texas is big. It's like I don't know if I pick Texas. Maybe I should. Maybe I won't.
Texas, when you look at any like high
There's
school
some-
sports or
When I fought in
college?
San Antonio, where's the Alamo? Is that San Antonio?
I think San Antonio.
It was not a fight city. And that's the only time I fought in Texas. Like, they had no idea what the UFC was.
Oh yeah, because that's like the country music, the Cowboys, all
Yeah.
that.
Here he is.
So we got the world champion walking out right now.
We got
He's
we're
like, give
coming,
me any opponent, I'll take him.
coming up on 20,000 tuning in right now.
Yeah.
So he goes by Macaflow.
Oh, it's not Macaco.
It's Macaco, but I call him Macaflow. So
Okay,
I can barely pronounce English, and it's my first language. So just cut me some slack.
Who's this gal?
His first language
So
is
this is
fighting.
Aline Perez. She's one of the
Yes.
top 7th ranked UFC fighters in the world right now.
Oh, that
Yes,
is her.
yes,
Okay.
so-
She came on my stream and we were like, "Is there anything you want to shout out?" And she goes, "Subscribe to me on OnlyFans."
You'll see. So you'll see when he wins. You'll see the famous twerk.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
every time she wins, she's ranked number 7 in the UFC. She fights out of
All right,
Goched, and after every fight, she twerks.
Who's cornering him?
I know.
So right now, the guy's last name is Ludwig. He's new. I haven't seen him yet, but so I have not much background knowledge on
Dwayne
him.
Ludwig?
That is.
Oh, Dwayne Ludwig.
That's Dwayne Ludwig.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I knew the last name is that's my cousin's last name, and I've never seen that before. See, that's respect right there.
Shout out.
All right, let's see this Colorado little badass versus a freaking killer.
I think Artur's about to murder him.
Oh, he's zoned in. He's not. He will not lose that gold belt.
Oh no!
First one of the
Oh,
cup. It hit the knee,
no.
slid up, I think.
Oh, okay, good. I thought that he
I thought it was the knee, too.
I thought it was like
Oh,
Ellie,
yeah.
if you remember, with that knee.
Yeah.
So Eileen, so the girl that walked out, right? She loves when she trains her fights to wrestle with Arturo because he is so good at wrestling as well.
Yeah.
He's good on the ground all around. He's like all around one of the best fighters from Goshen.
Right. All right, good.
Oh my god! All right, let's get it.
Let's see some action. Here we go.
Yeah, I like that. I always he's
Bro, he's-
targeted in on that.
He's dancing.
I know he goes orthodox. He goes,
Oh,
that was a pretty kick.
oh, nice kick.
That was a good kick.
I see a lot of energy with the elevation. We gotta, you know what I mean? That's But McAvoy, he got out here. Arturo came out here 4 weeks ago.
Good, smart man.
He's acclimated. Yeah,
Does he do a lot of outdoor cardio to get acclimated?
he does. He'll run up the mountains. He does whatever it takes. He is a true fighter.
If I mentioned I hate southpaws,
Yeah, you've been saying that.
they should have won all night long.
What's your biggest reason you don't like
I'm
fighting
a
southpaw?
southpaw. You just don't
Oh.
train with many of them.
Oh,
So you can see he's gold belt, by the way.
He is a gold belt.
so when you have the gold belt, gold gloves, that
Champ.
means you're the world champion. So
Yeah,
him and Shazam have.
very nice, very nice.
But I'm impressed. I mean, this is more of a fight than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With 1 day notice.
holding his own.
And he hasn't fought in the pit yet, so he may not. I mean, he's not as familiar with what the rules are, how to get out of the positions.
And I don't even know if he did a pit walkthrough
Oh,
yesterday.
oh,
he's going for-
not bad,
he's
not
going
bad.
for
He
a
got his knees
guillotine.
down.
He's going for a guillotine.
He had his knees down. They should have stood it up.
I don't think you can hit guillotines, right?
You can't, but he went for a while. Wow. Ooh, nice
Wow,
up.
there
Got
you
it
go.
way up. Oh, is his nose bleeding?
A little bit red.
I got to give Colorado some credit. This is a tough state. We found this guy in 12 hours, and
Yeah. Without
he's
hesitation.
made it farther than some of the opponents that trained for months
Yeah.
to go against him.
Yeah.
You can see on his chest. He definitely took some kick across it.
Yeah, you see the red mark?
Yeah.
He's got a shot in the face too.
Tell you what, I like how Altera moves. He's like just flowing with it. He's dancing out there.
Oh, he gets in his flow.
Oh!
He doesn't do the one punch like cha-cha-cha like fast.
Nah,
He goes
don't
cha-cha-cha,
pause.
cha-cha-cha.
He's okay. He's all right. He's
Oh,
all
he
right.
went for an omoplata. He is jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
I
No,
know
he's
you're
a big jiu-jitsu guy. Look at
Yeah.
that.
wow.
He'd be good for
Wow.
pit submission,
That's
too.
it. Should be a standard.
Wow. Okay. That was a good defense.
It absolutely is.
This guy could have stepped in for someone to pull up for pit submission. I mean, I'm impressed with this
He
guy.
went right into it.
Yeah.
All right. Final 10 seconds of the round here.
Nice.
That was a good teep off the wall,
Wait.
too.
There were 3 seconds left in the round. Wow.
Yeah,
I
that
heard
was
the bell.
weird. But I'm impressed. We made it through round one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he had some moments too.
I don't know that you can ask for much
I
better
don't.
than that.
I mean, I guess you could give it a slight edge to him in the rounds.
He won the round.
10-9.
Yeah.
Arturo definitely got that round. An unbiased opinion, definitely got it. But they both came out with a lot of energy, which surprised me. With the altitude, I was like, wow,
It's been like that
slow down.
every fight tonight. The
They didn't
first
slow
minute,
down.
they've been going at it.
Oh yeah. But like what was the one fight? I think it was before Anvar,
Yeah.
where the guy it started out a little slow, and they used that elevation to the advantage. Then, like second round, he turned up and knocked him out. And that was very smart.
Yeah, that was a big kick there. But yeah, I don't know that as a challenger you could have really expected much more than that in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Arturo definitely won that first round.
Sure,
I
sure.
think we're just a
Oh,
little
yeah.
surprised on how it went.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
He had his moments.
Yeah.
He got Arturo to back up more than once.
And he just learned these rule sets last like 12 hours. So when you see these leg locks and stuff, he's just being a fighter.
Wow. It's honestly, I'm surprised we don't see it more often. I think it's an excellent way to get it stood back up. You can't submit him with it, but you can attack it.
So Dwayne,
I've never thought of that actually. Yeah.
And it's in my head, if I get taken down, I'm
he's back
immediately
on the
going
ground.
Instead of cover up, you would go for a little leg
Go
lock
for
or
a leg
something.
lock,
and
go
have-
a little kick to the
wow.
face.
That was. Yeah.
Sessions. Okay, I don't know if you want to hit him there.
Man, one of these times he might take a shot.
He's
when he's
legit
down like that.
jiu-jitsu.
Oh, he's a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah.
So Dwayne Ludwig had the second fastest ever KO in the UFC, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, 6-second
what?
KO.
I did know that. Yeah.
I actually did not know that.
Who's
Wow.
the first fastest?
Yeah, 1 second slower than Masvidal's,
Oh, okay.
which was
Which was like the fastest. I thought mine was like 4 seconds, right? Or
5 seconds, and then Dwayne Ludwig was 6.
how did Dwayne finish it? What was it? A right cross.
I will ask my guy. I have someone feeding me the info.
Oh, nice. Okay.
How did that get finished? He's also TJ Dillashaw's coach.
Yeah, I
Good,
knew that.
good liver shots from McAfee right now. Good liver shots from Arturo.
Yeah, he keeps ending up pinned down there. I feel like eventually he's going to take one.
And
He's getting his ribs. He's getting his liver right
Aline
now.
just had a huge win as well over Carol.
And Aline
Rosa.
was like, she was like minus 240. She came in as, plus 240. She was a big underdog, and she came in there and controlled the whole fight. It was very impressive.
Yeah, right hook, by the way, for Dwayne.
Right hook. That's what I thought it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, go. Attack.
Oh,
It's over.
oh,
It's
yeah.
about to be over.
I think he's getting tired.
Oh, big hit to the head. Big hit to the head.
He's covering up well.
Going for that, starting that guillotine. See, I'm saying you just grab the guillotine. You don't finish it, but you can hold on to it. You can take the air out of it.
That's smart. That's very smart.
All right. This is about to be a hole.
So I'd say, the punch ratio on this is
Not
a
even
huge
Yeah.
difference.
Oh, yeah.
He's hurt now. He's hurt. He's done.
Oh,
But he's a dog. He's still going.
Yeah, he's still fighting.
those
for it.
legs keep coming up.
But he's definitely tired now. We can see he didn't have a camp. You can tell now.
Yeah.
Arturo still looks great.
Arturo, he came out here 4 weeks early on his own dime.
I haven't seen a single fight where Arturo looks tired.
He doesn't get tired because guess what? I'm in the gym at 6 a.m. He's there. I'm in 11 a.m. He's there. 12 a.m. He's there.
I gotta get with you
They're
guys.
getting ready to stop it now.
Oh, you gotta stop that. Come on, stop it. Yeah.
It's done. And once again, Arturo, 6-0. What was it, 6-0?
Yeah, I believe so. Either 5-0 or 6-0.
That was, I think, it's six win within almost 13 months.
Yeah, let's see. It'll say on here. Yeah, 6-0. Yep.
6-0 within like 13 months.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, bro, I used to fight 30 fights a year.
Hey. Champ!
Arturo!
He had a really good. His last fight was incredible. His last fight was against a real challenger. Too.
It was.
Oh, it's
incredible.
incredible.
Hey, there he goes.
And he came out with what, the flying knee? Was it the flying knee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good sportsmanship. Go say hi. Thank you for taking the fight.
Oh, he's a class act. He's a class act.
He always is. Good man.
Yeah,
Good man.
good for him.
He's in the zone.
He just spent the last 4 weeks out here on his own dime, paying for his own food,
Yeah.
running up the mountain alone. You know, he doesn't have a family out here with him.
Right.
He is running up the mountain alone, hoping no mountain lions come out because he doesn't have a training partner. You know what I'm saying? So
It's
he's
been
a
cold.
true,
It's been cold out
yes,
here.
he's a true
Yeah.
gangster. You know what I mean?
Is he's living in Miami? with you
Yeah, he
guys?
stays in Miami.
Cool.
So originally he was from, he was one of the ones under the gate sleeping.
I'll be out in Miami on the 16th.
Come on down, let's have some fun. My birthday's the 13th, so of
Perfect.
March, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be epic. Definitely gonna get down there. I think I'm in Miami once a month.
See, there's the twerk, the famous twerk from Alina.
Bro, it's only 9:40. This is the fastest card by like an hour.
That's what people ask me, like, what do you think it'll be over by 11? I got off work at 11. I go, look, I mean, you could have somebody like, Robellis come out and just knock the guy out in 1 second.
Yeah.
And then, the fights are over by like 9:15.
Yeah.
There he goes.
His belt looks way better than mine.
Nah.
I still have the old belt.
Oh, the old belt.
Yeah, they haven't given me a new
Sorry,
one
once
yet.
you get the double chance.
Hey, good to see you, my friend.
Oh yeah. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you.
And I think there are more knockouts nowadays. Like, so remember when you fought in Vegas in 2023?
Yeah.
Were the gloves a little softer than when you fought in like Mexico? Because I heard that they made the gloves a little harder and
They
a little
are.
thinner.
Maybe. I remember when I fought in Vegas, like I didn't have gloves till I was walking out. They were like finding gloves.
Oh, I remember Vegas. Someone stole the gloves. It was a big
something like that. It was-
sabotage. Yeah.
No, and so I think he and I ended up with different gloves, and then we ended up switched, and then we ended up fighting the same ones. But I think we had just Hayabusa 6 ounces.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
So what I heard was, I think from Mexico City, they changed it to make the gloves a little thinner and a little more harder, just to get a little more KOs.
Yeah, I'm real comfortable with him. I feel good with him.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think they're pulling him in for the interview.
Get the nachos out of here. Get the nachos.
Didn't have to take this fight. You actually could have went home and took the money. You didn't have to do any of this, but you did it for the fans and you showed why you are the middleweight champion of the right combat.
Yeah, I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing amazing.
Crazy.
It was a good night of fights.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining us.
No, absolutely. Thanks for having me in. It's a better seat than I'm
It is a
gonna
nice
have.
seat, right? Yeah,
it's
it's a good- that is the perk.
Hey, anytime you want me, I'm here.
You got,
I'm on those nachos. Yeah, I'm ready to go in.
Yeah, please. Nachos are my thing. Many as you want.
Thank you to my mentor, for my coach, Sergio Menez. I'm doing this for all my fans.
I gotta try it.
Please, please, please.
I've been smelling it for so long.
Thank you so much.
The cheese pretty good. Not ending the stream until we get to 20,000 people. We literally need
Oh, I know.
27 more.
27 more? We got 27 more. Wow.
We got time. We got time.
And still. So what do you think? You think we're gonna see him in Dubai in May?
I think he's gonna fight every chance I give him.
So apparently, I wasn't supposed to say it was in Dubai.
Oh, my bad, guys.
No,
No.
it's-
He already
My
spilled
bad.
it. President Awesome came on and spilled his whole fight.
Oh, okay. So I'm not in trouble.
No.
Oh, he said it.
Press
It
spilled
wasn't
your,
me?
Press spilled your
Oh,
whole
yeah,
fight,
you're in
bro.
the
I thought he was telling me.
You weren't
that
even
I-
here for a
Oh.
second. He popped in and he was like, Samuel.
I mean, if you let this guy fight in every single KC this year, he will accept everyone.
Oh, no.
Here's the Chilean.
And that is Arturo. That is who he is. You go to the back of the gym, he's outside having fun, he's laughing, he's dancing. I mean, he's the nicest guy ever. If you come into the gym and you say, hey, I've never fought before, he'll come and work with you just because he loves the sport and wants people to get involved,
I love it. How much weight training do you guys do versus actual fight training?
So I would say for Goat Shed, they do a ton of just like live sparring, a ton of different classes for different things. So like we'll practice one move for like 2 hours and like really get that down. But weight training wise, I would say if they put in like 40 hours of training a week, they probably put in maybe like 15 hours of actual weight training because you don't want to be too tight. You got to train the right muscles. You train your shoulders and stuff. You're gonna be very,
Right,
you know,
right.
you're gonna show what you're doing. So
A lot of flexibility stuff.
yeah, a lot of flexibility, a lot of hip training, a lot of So how would you?
Same with
train
somebody
for
who's working
muscles?
on his high kick.
I stretched once. I wasn't a fan, so I just stopped doing that.
Stretched once.
No, I lift every morning for about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
Treadmill lifting all night.
Do you
every
have a
morning.
cycle?
What's that?
Do you have like a cycle?
Yeah, I wake up.
Like heavy lifting or do a lot of reps?
Heavy lifting. I had 4 more weeks of heavy lifting. 4 weeks, about 8 weeks till my fight. Heavy lifting right now. I just leg press. I think it's 1,300.
What do you bench?
Leg press 3,800. You said
1,300 leg press.
Oh wow, okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going heavy as I can. I'm getting as big as
What are you
I can.
benching right now?
I don't bench all that much. I do bench. I just don't do it on a straight bench. I don't have a spotter.
It'll hit your shoulders too.
Yeah, and it's everything I do is on a machine now. So
Oh, that's fair.
on the machine I'm at like 450, but that's not. It's like 320 maybe on a flat bench.
That's still bulk.
Maybe. The machine is.
Still a lot of weight.
I love doing the machine because I put all the plates on it. It looks awesome, but I know it's not. I mean, it's a different angle. Hey, I lift constantly. 4 more weeks I have that. But as soon as I'm done lifting, I go to jiu-jitsu, I go to sparring, I go to striking, and then I do everything except the lifting at night again too.
So you say you lift like 12 to 15 hours a week, and then the rest
Probably
is
something
sparring.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I try and spar as much as I can. My gym, I'm the biggest, most experienced guy, so it's hard to find the guys I need. I actually talked to President Austin about coming down to your gym for.
We would love that because we lack actual big people.
That's what he said. He said, I just don't have a lot of big
And for
guys.
some reason, the big guys like our size, they'll get hit like once in the gym or like slamming on their back, and you never see them again. And then you see people like Turtle size, they're taking licks, and like right back the next day, like let's go.
Yeah.
So-
An athletic dude is naturally about 170. That's just an athletic dude. Once you get over 170 or under 170, it gets smaller. You get fewer of them.
Yeah, I was like 165 a year and a half ago, so I'm trying to come back up, get the
Oh
big
yeah.
size.
Like when I go negotiate, I'm 230. It's really hard to find someone that's I'm not 20 pounds
Yeah.
more than. You know what I mean? It's like at least it's 220. You know, a lot of them are like 205, 185 because they're staying trained to go for. They could get a call any day, like Contender Series. Oh, we got to fight for you in LA. So they stay almost out there fighting weight at all times. So even if the 185ers are usually walking around 215, they're ready at 200 at all times. Like Coach makes that thing. If you fight at Go Shed, you are ready to be on call every day.
Yeah, Coach does it right.
I used to stay close. So right now I'm walking around about 240, 245, trying to get to 205. I could do it comfortably. It would take me about a month, comfortably. But if I needed to, I could do it faster.
You could get to 205.
Yeah.
In
You
a
mean
month,
my
it means
size?
you're 40 pounds, right? I mean,
What's
there's 40 pounds in a month. You
Yeah. 40 pounds. It would.
It's
Yeah.
not healthy.
It's not good for you. None of it's good for you. I don't recommend doing it. But I like being big. I like being. And if you look at all my fights, I've been significantly bigger than all the guys. I'm willing to do the cut. He said I guess Russell Bean. I cut 17 pounds in this. I don't want to do that again.
What did you fight Ross at?
I stepped in the pit. I was about 237,
What was Ross?
204.
So what'd you weigh in at? And you stepped in at
I weighed in
237?
at 205, and that was a hard cut. But I hit 205. The next day I was about 237.
So you 30 pounds overnight.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And
what kind of
is
foods
that
do you
just
eat to make
those-
sure you're not, lethargic when you get in the ring? Like obviously not Twinkies and stuff.
No, I did pizza every time.
Oh, really?
Every weight, I go pizza. I asked the UFC doctor years ago, hey, this is what I like to do. Is that okay? He said, yeah, it's perfectly fine. Never gonna ask another doctor. One UFC doctor said it's good.
You know, I say 9 and 10 doctors. He found the 10th.
I get it.
Right.
But when you're the world champion, I'll take your word. I'll take your advice.
I have done
Pizza it is.
I've had
Yeah.
pizza all around the world, everywhere. Mexico, Trinidad, everywhere.
Oh,
And
wow.
I feel it's got the carbs, it has the fats, it has the proteins, it has everything you need. Now I won't go to Jimmy John. Oh, I won't go to Papa Murphy's or
Papa John's,
John's.
Domino's,
Yeah.
I'll get a good pizza,
a local pizza.
Yeah.
What's
I'll
your
find-
style? You like thin cut or
thick as I can. But
thick
no,
as it Chicago style?
yeah,
Okay.
my food truck is deep dish.
Oh, it is. Okay,
yeah,
nice.
I love deep dish, but most places don't have it, so I settle for Pam's.
Oh yeah, my family's from the Bronx. They're like little pizza, little sticklers, bro. I'm like, guys, get off your bougie shit, all right? Like, who cares if it's this thick? Let's eat. Like,
Oh, deep dish is it's my favorite. There's no bad pizza.
No.
I prefer the deep dish. But
No, there's no
every-
bad pizza.
Every way in it's pizza.
oh yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow. I used to do after my weigh-in, I would just take the hot dog bun and eat that and throw the
Okay.
hot dog away.
So years ago, I got a certified nutritionist through Lockhart and Leaf. So I know how to make the rehydration drinks. I know how to do all that stuff, which helps a ton.
Did you do the IVs?
I've done the IV, didn't feel any different.
I actually like the IV, but
A lot of people do. I've never felt any better or worse doing it.
so I think the reason I felt better was I did after a night out, and so it just I was like, whoa, I'm back, baby, here we go. But I thought what naturally if I'm not hungover or something, it probably has some great effect. I mean,
Yeah, I would imagine. I know you can get the vitamin.
vitamin B,
Well,
you can
yeah.
get B12, you can get a bunch of just
Yeah,
water with a lot of what do you call it, vitamins.
yeah, with the electrolytes and everything. Yeah,
What's your sleep schedule you like usually going into the fight?
going into the fight,
Like a few nights before, do you try to get like a specific amount of sleep, or is it just normal?
so I sleep as much as I can. If I sleep, I'm not hungry or thirsty. I try and sleep for as long as I can.
It makes a lot of sense.
Can't eat or drink while you're asleep. Makes sense.
Now, something I've done that no other fighter does is when I get to a place, I see the place. I do not stay in the hotel ever. I am all day long. I am going there and there and there. I'm seeing every. So I fought all around the world. I've seen all around the world.
Oh, so you go on and
Oh,
explore.
yeah, I fought in 3 different places in Australia. And I could tell you everything about Sydney, Brisbane, and Adelaide.
Oh wow,
I've
cool.
been Brazil twice. I've been Poland. I go and I just see. I become part of the city for a week, and then I can't wait at the end of it.
I love it. We hit 20,000.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm gonna wrap up here in a minute. Any final comments? Any thoughts you want to share with fight fans around the world?
shoot. Tune in May 2nd. I'm in Dubai. I'm going to win my second belt.
There we
And then,
go.
we'll see what Rubelis has in store for me.
Double
someday.
champ does what the fuck he wants.
I appreciate you guys having me as well. It was,
Yeah,
it was
thanks,
a
man.
pleasure. I'll see you guys in Dubai, and thank you so much for
Yeah,
showing the
appreciate
love.
it. No,
and
this is
everything.
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it, guys. Thanks everyone that tuned in. 20,000 of y'all. Another great night. I think this was